So actually, before I forget, let's everybody roll initiative. And I'll roll for
dexterity
him.
bonus.
And of course, my dice aren't even out because
Natural 1.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
Wow,
I rolled great for Manny.
I'm fine with it.
10.
10 for Bryn. Okay.
11 for me.
Oh, my actual roll would have been 6.
6.
But,
You got plus, damn.
And Wahl?
well, all I do is dex.
4.
4. All right.
I guess dex and whiz, but yeah.
All right. And Larissa got a 21.
What?
So she's not even here, and she's going to be going first.
Damn.
Phoebe, what's
So
your
fast we can't see it.
dexterity?
What's mine?
Yeah, well, your characters. I mean.
14. No. Yeah, no. Phoebe's dexterity is like a -3. But mine's a 14.
So yeah, the biggest drag about Manny not being here is that Danielle's character is coming back from the city with a bunch of stuff for Manny's character.
Right.
All right, I just have to look up one more thing I forgot to do. And then I'm ready. If everybody else is, are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort through my spell cards now that I have 700 spells.
Yeah, you got a lot of spells.
I really did.
But that's part of being a wizard, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like rogue, it's assumed you have sneak attack every round, and wizard, it's assumed you have a buttload of spells. All right, so last week, or last time we played, were you guys all here last time? No, Daniel was not.
No, I was in
Okay,
Hawaii.
so what happened last time was you guys had camped out for the night in Corsorix's lair after dividing up his treasure from his treasure box. And you left the next day heading what you thought was east. There's a little bit of navigational problems at the beginning of the day. Some arguments ensued between Bryn and Quincy about which way north was.
I wouldn't call it an argument, but okay.
Yeah,
And-
I was right until proven wrong.
That's right. You guys encountered some goblins riding wolves that ambushed you in the woods, and you defeated them quite handily. And I don't think, none of the goblins escaped. One of the wolves did escape. Bryn let it go. And then you guys encountered the Tyrannosaur that you'd heard so much about.
Petunia.
Yes, and things were looking really bad. Bryn was unconscious, gripped in its jaws, and people were scurrying about trying to save Bryn. And Quincy ends up making this clutch shot with a healing potion tied to an arrow. Which I would love to see in like a live action or a cartoon production, because I'm sure that would be hilarious to see. Gets the thing in the Tyrannosaur's mouth, hoping that it would heal Bryn. In fact, it just healed the Tyrannosaur instead. But it thought the potion was so yummy, it dropped Bryn, and Bryn survived.
Totally the plan.
Somehow.
Yeah. Larissa was charming it somewhat with her music, but it was only friendly towards her. And then once Bryn was brought back to consciousness, she was able to befriend the Tyrannosaur, which you learned her name was Petunia, and convinced her to go to the north, and convinced her that this area was not a good place for her to be, and hopefully that's the end of the Tyrannosaur harassing the village. So not that it had actually harassed the village, but it'd been seen closer to the village than people were comfortable with. So that's basically what happened. And then you guys made camp for the night. And late that night, as probably before anybody is actually going to sleep, but probably about the time you're starting to think about who's going to take what watch and whatnot, there is a flash of light within the camp, and suddenly you see Druinda and Fear standing before you. Fear is loaded down with some shopping bags along with the stuff she normally carries. And she rejoins you. And at this moment, quite probably to everyone's surprise, because there was no mention of this ahead of time, Malagar declares that he's had enough of this rain and crappy wine and people that don't appreciate his awesomeness, and he is going back to Elandria with Dorinda, where he can get some proper wine and sleep in a bed and have a roof over his head. And that's
okay then.
And get drunk.
And get drunk, or stay drunk,
Or stay
get
drunk.
more drunk,
Right.
And so,
Without Fear, he was starting to get the shakes.
yes. Fear's back with her magic jug.
Yep.
And so he takes off with Dorinda, and Fear's back, and you guys are in camp for the evening. And that's where we'll start. And Larissa is here. I'll just play her character. But she's just maybe she's composing a new song right now. So she's kind of doing her own thing. So I don't know, maybe Fear, you decide since she's composing, you'll wait till later to show her all the cool stuff you got at the market for her.
Yeah, I think Manny knows what I got, so I'll just
Okay.
leave it here and he can watch it for posterity. But
Okay.
there are like 6 bags of stuff. Specifically for Larissa, there are 2 lip balms, one of which is a mundane beeswax lip balm, and the other is a lip balm that contains bee venom, and it makes your lips puff up, but it also makes your kisses sting. So you can use that to either make someone think that there's something special happening or to make them think that you're awful. It's up to you.
Awesome.
But it does cost a hit point to use that.
Perfect
she
for a
also
tiefling,
got
I think.
2 new outfits. One has a pith helmet and some jodhpurs, and the words that she gave me as inspiration before leaving were safari chic or jungle madness, but she got more like safari disco. I don't have as good of taste as her,
Oh my
I guess. She got hiking boots, an umbrella, some lotion, mask, some eyeshadow. Yeah, so she's well equipped. She's probably going to be encumbered. I just drop all the bags. I'm sure you could imagine the next 6 hours are just her going through bags of.
She's probably
goodies.
spent a good amount of her spoils already.
Yeah, she definitely did.
Which I realize now we didn't figure out what all this costs, so I'll have to.
She did tell me that she sent me with 600 gold equivalent.
Do you think? I feel like you didn't spend quite
What?
that much.
The fuck?
Yeah, she gave her all the gems that she had, her share of gems. Yeah, I don't think you spent that much. So we're talking some lip balm, a few outfits, boots. Was that pretty much it, or am I?
bunch of makeup.
Yeah, makeup and an umbrella.
Let's say you spent 3 of the gems.
Okay.
Because she probably
gets
wanted
3.
like the best of everything, so everything probably costs more than it should. So
Yeah.
without
think
spending
that
a bunch
makes
of time
sense.
looking up prices, I'll just say
Yeah.
Has D&D figured out how to make an umbrella that doesn't flip up in the
that. Magic.
It's just an extra large
Anything
mage
is
hand with
possible.
one function.
wind? It's like, I don't think that magic exists. There are things that even wizards can't do.
And you may notice that there is another human with me,
Oh yes. Yes,
and
so
he
they're
looks and smells awful.
yes, they oh yeah. I forgot to mention during our thing, Danielle. Dorinda was going to mention the possibility of getting him a bath so he would be easier and some fresh clothes, just so he'd be easier to be around. Did you want to
Sure.
do that, or
Yeah,
you
let's
think-
do that because he
Okay.
smelled like pee.
Yeah. Well, he was in the stockade.
He's
for
been
a
in the
long time.
stockades, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this guy is a little tall he's a human, a little tall, probably about 6 foot. Pretty lanky. He's got kind of short, curly brown hair. really pale, a lot paler than a lot of the people of Elandria. And
He's in manacles.
He's in manacles. And if you look him in the eye, he kind of there's something about his gaze that kind of creeps you out. Like, you don't like it when he looks at you.
Wahl, I applaud your ingenuity in suggesting that we acquire a criminal to serve as sacrifice, but we now have quite a logistical problem on our hands. Here you go!
I can put him in the bag of holding, right?
It might be worthwhile. This motherfucker murdered homeless people for sport.
He sounds like just the kind of person we take back to the village.
Yes, he's exactly the right kind of sacrifice. But he can't be trusted. He must be watched at all times. We may have to do double person watches just to be extra careful. He doesn't look very tough. Pussy. Doesn't look very tough.
He just glares.
Discretion is the better part of valor or something. I don't know.
More rope is the better.
Yeah, yes, we could just bind him up like we're tying him to the train tracks in a cartoon,
and then we tie him to whatever tree we find when we stop. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, you can't put people in bag of holding, right?
No,
Not for very long.
There's not infinite oxygen in a bag of holding.
No, Brad.
Well, what if we just put him up to his neck?
Does that work? Is this a Xanathar's guy? Because I don't know.
I'm just picturing you with this messenger bag with a
There's
human
like a
head
head.
like sticking out like.
Oh my god.
Somebody put the gag on that bag.
Oh my god.
Yes, I also think it's in our best interest to keep him gagged. We're not on a humanitarian mission here. This guy is very dangerous, and we don't want any smooth talking. We don't want any sass. Just a nice delivery to the village after we accomplish our mission.
So, I think we should use the one of our ropes. Let's use one of the ropes to bind him more.
Okay.
Yeah.
To make sure he's gagged. And then when it's time to eat, maybe we feed him, maybe we don't. But we don't take any chances with him.
I don't know. I think not feeding him seems like a valid thing.
We
to
do need him to be alive, I think.
But not very alive.
Mostly.
No, absolutely.
Mostly
Absolutely.
alive.
I mean,
He killed
I
people
don't
for
know.
sport.
For sport,
How
Bryn.
many people?
Yeah.
Many.
Were they-
Here's the document from the Queen.
That's not even like. I bet you we didn't even let them have like a fair shake at it. If
Oh,
it was
no,
a fair
it was-
hunt, then I think we could be. But it doesn't seem like that's true.
Does
No.
anybody read the document?
I will, yes.
Yeah.
So basically, his crimes. He was the equivalent, or they wouldn't use this term probably. He was the equivalent of a serial killer or a mass murderer. He was killing homeless people that were living below the city in the caverns where the farms are. And not only was he killing them, he was flaying them. And yeah, he's just a sick guy that enjoys torturing and killing people for no reason. And it took him quite a while to figure out who he was and what was going on and apprehend him. And he earned quite a reputation among the common people of the city. They were quite terrified of him.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm just thinking we don't want him to be too non-compliant.
He doesn't have to be non-compliant.
No, that's what I said. I don't want him to be non-compliant. I want him to be somewhat compliant.
Yeah, we need him to be able to move on his own or he's going to slow us down. So we do need to feed him something.
Like, he doesn't have to eat good stuff. We can just...
All right. So we tie him up with the rope. We leave part of the rope so that we can use the rope to pull him along. So we don't have to carry him. He can walk on his own. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when we stop for food, we tie him to a tree or rock or stone or petunia. And then When we're finished, we untie him from the tree or whatever, or the dinosaur leg or whatever it was, and then we continue on. We pull him along.
Petunias are very small flowers. I don't recommend tying him to small flowers.
By the way,
Petunia with capital P is very large.
no, Petunia with capital teeth.
Yes.
I almost died, Fear. It was terrifying.
Oh no!
But then
I totally saved her. Yep.
Nice, high five.
Kind of.
Yeah.
She was almost a dino snack.
Dinosaur. Oh, did it have feathers?
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. I've always wanted to see
She
one.
was beautiful, but also so scary.
Hungry.
And her name was
Hungry.
Petunia?
Yes.
What a weird name. Dinosaur.
I
thought so too.
Yes.
She was a strong, independent woman,
Preach on, sister.
just living her life.
Definitely both of those,
I
all three of
just-
those things.
Want her to live her life far away from us.
Yeah,
Because-
that's very, very reasonable.
Oh my god, I almost died.
Well, good job not dying.
Really quickly, I don't want to derail things, but I was just listening to a podcast last night. They found a fossilized iguanodon brain, like the actual
Ooh.
brain. I mean, the jury's still out, but it's looking like dinosaurs may have actually had significantly larger brains than we assumed. More like a bird kind of brain than a reptile brain. It might have been a lot smarter than we thought they were. So,
And they had houses and tools and
well, I don't know about
internet.
houses, but-
A good dinosaur was as accurate. Did anyone see that, or was I the only one that ever?
No.
The good dinosaur. You were the only one.
I didn't see that one.
The only one in the world.
ever.
A box office of $11. It was very sad.
I heard it was good. My kids enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
My teenager
liked
enjoyed it.
I watched
so-
the video, so you don't have to give me the play-by-play. I know what happened, but my character doesn't.
So
I learned a new sort of thing that might help with this. I could bestow a curse upon this guy and make it much easier to deal with him if he decides to do something stupid.
that would be interesting. Is there a way to
Yeah.
take it off once we get him back to the village?
I have to learn another thing.
I did learn a few spells, but they're more for if the bad stuff happens. You know, I have the ability to make him fall asleep. If he tries to run away, you won't succeed. And I have the ability to hold him in place.
I can
Well,
also-
in combination,
Here.
I could make it so he'll pretty much always fall asleep. And yeah, it's a ritual. I could do that.
Cool.
I have to concentrate, but yeah. Wait, concentration 1 minute? Does that mean that how does that work?
That it lasts. It's like a combat spell, basically.
So I have to think about it.
Well,
It
you
only
have
lasts
to,
a minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
alright.
minute is the maximum, but you have to concentrate. So it's something that could be disrupted if you take damage, and you can only have one concentration spell going at one time.
Okay.
So it's good to like if it's a thing that holds him, it's good to cast it to get him to stop while we tie him back up manually. Basically,
Fair enough. I will do that. Not just permanently cursing him then.
Yeah, and because it's concentration, you can stop concentrating anytime you want. So you can basically shut the spell off early if you want.
All right.
I am
So I have-
also. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Rules, as this compensation, the description of cursing his ass for all eternity was definitely in character.
If he cooperates, we will treat him with as much respect as anyone in his position could deserve. If you fail to cooperate, sir, we will play with your life in such a way that you are kept at 1 hit point or whatever for the rest of your life, and we will manage that how we see fit. Do you understand how terrible that will be? It will be very bad. And Wahl here is a very good man. He would very much like to harm you. That's all I'm saying. Yep. We're not taking that gag off. You just
No.
you accept your circumstances, and that is all.
Okay, he nods.
All right.
All right. So, Fear, did we discuss with the mad killer over here, who I don't even care what his name is, what we plan, why we've taken him on this journey?
Oh, absolutely not. I don't
Okay,
talk
fair
to
enough,
animals.
fair enough. So he's here to earn his freedom, right?
Yep,
No.
that's what he thinks.
Yeah, no.
Oh. Yes.
He's right here, guys.
I know.
Yeah, and he's trying to talk to you, but you can't understand him because he has a gag in his mouth.
No.
We can make your last few days as pleasant as possible. That's all I can offer you. I'm sorry. You have fucked up. This is the consequence of your actions. We will make your last few days better than hanging out in the stockade if you cooperate. And if you don't, it will be worse. I promise.
Look it, you're out in the forest with the sun shining. Is the sun shining?
No, it's
actually,
been raining, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of cloudy with a light rain going on right now. Yeah.
We give you fresh air. That's all we ask. That's all we
Fresh
give
air,
you. That's all we
fresh
give.
water.
Nah, not so much the water.
Well, it's raining.
Yeah. Oh, that's fresh water. All right.
Very fresh.
I can offer you 1 gallon of mayonnaise per day.
No.
Oh my god. Now that is punishment. Just
Yeah, all you need is mayo. For the rest of the-
Oh, that's so gross. I hate
It's going to be humid foie gras.
He's going to die of a heart attack before the witch gets him.
At least Petunia will be happy when she shows up.
So how far are we? How close are we to our goal?
That's a very good question.
That is a good
I
question.
think you're like a B minus so far.
I appreciate your scholarly approach, my friend. But I'm talking about proximity.
Can I roll a survival check? I don't know, like how that would even work.
Survival
know
check
how-
to see how far away we are from something.
Yeah.
Like I
I
don't
think
know.
we've never been to.
Well, you do know it's in the fairy forest, and you know you're not in the fairy forest yet. So
Right.
Very well.
just that would tell you it's probably a
Yeah, I
ways
forgot
yet.
that we still have to take a long rest, and I was just like, "Oh, let's roll," so I can figure out
Yeah.
where we're going. And then
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
I think we
With
have
this
we have to-
newfound knowledge, I think I might downgrade us to a C. Not even in the right forest.
I have never gotten a C in my life. This is unacceptable.
Well, with extra credit, we can get you up to a better.
Well, I guess that's not true. I didn't do great in PE, but other things very well.
same."
Yes, Elandria is a very enlightened place, but they do still make you take PE because no place is perfect.
That is a good thing. I excelled at PE.
The wizard rope climb is still like the worst thing you can do.
I tried to cast
honestly-
levitate and make it look like I was climbing. It was
Yeah.
successful.
I honestly have no idea what you guys are talking about. You didn't get grades at my
I tried to
school?
pat your head, but I can't reach.
I kneel down.
For Blug just like being patted on the head.
So just a couple. We need to change our watch schedule, so there's 2 people on.
Yep.
And I'm fucking tired. That's all.
Yes.
Me too. I almost died.
So
I could deal with this, but I'll
I don't like shopping. It's very draining.
we can take. Wait, how are we gonna do this?
we can't do this now.
Like,
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so,
have 5 player characters now instead of 6.
Right.
Quincy gets out a piece of paper and starts stretching.
Can you make a
here?
graph?
And one
Make a graph of how
Do
everybody
we necessarily need a second person?
I think that we
Yes.
now need 12 hours of rest at all points in time in order for everybody to get it.
All right. Well, here's some things to consider. As far as like your traveling, I believe without looking it up again, but I'm pretty sure it's assuming 8 hours of travel a day. And the rest, if you do more than that, then you're getting into the forced march. So you have a significant part of the day that you're in camp. Probably part of that is like a midday break for lunch and resting. As far as your long rest, that's 8 hours, 6 of which you need to spend sleeping. So you could probably figure out a way to have everybody on, have 2 people on watch and have everybody get their 6+ hours of sleep. Considering that you're in camp for probably a good, what's 24 minus 8? 16?
Yeah, I was going to say 16. How many hours are in Primordia day?
For simplicity, we'll say 24. It would actually probably be.
Let's not get crazy here.
Or no, I take it back. I guess the day could be the same. It's the year that would probably be a lot longer.
Okay.
Considering the suns are a lot more massive, so you're probably farther out. But we don't have to worry about that right now.
We're close to the equator, so it's a pretty standard day-night cycle.
Well, no, actually, you guys are fairly far north. So
it's either all dark or all light.
Well, not that quite that far. It's about like where we are for those of us in Washington. So a bit more night than you'd like during the winter, but not
where you don't really notice it during the summer, but during the winter, you're just like, what the fuck? Where did the sun come?
You guys are super far south. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Craig's even farther north. That's right.
Actually, Toronto is about the same. But where I was born and raised is in northern Alberta. So
that's
there it's like the sun sets at like 4:00 and doesn't rise until like 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah. The main thing I noticed here coming from the Midwest is it just gets darker a lot earlier in the day than I'm used to during winter. But other than that, so
we have 16 hours to split amongst the 5 of us.
Plenty of time.
We have to somewhere in that 16 hours, all of us have to spend at least 6 hours sleeping.
Right.
Oh God! Don't make me do math.
I know. So Quincy gets out a piece of paper and starts making up a watch schedule. Do those 6 hours have to be continuous?
Why?
Well, they have to be.
No watch schedule would ever exist.
Right.
Yeah. You can have up to 2 hours of light activity during your 8-hour rest without it messing with getting your rest.
So, assuming that you do 2-hour watches with staggered with the first person doing a 3-hour watch, to this, and here's our timetable.
We could. It seems conceivable that we would. That's funny. I just used that word earlier today and realized I was using it wrong. Princess Bride reference. The
inconceivable.
I do not think you're using it.
I don't know what you think it means.
Yeah, that. I tried.
I think it's feasible to for us each to get a solid 6 hours in. Am I doing the math wrong?
Well, we could do that.
And that way we know we're rested and
everybody could sleep for 6 hours in a row if we did like at 16 hours worth of downtime. You can pretty much do whatever the hell you want.
Who has
a good people snoozing at 4:00 in the afternoon?
With 5 of us doubled up, we can cover. We'll be fine. I just did the math.
Yeah.
Who has a good constitution?
I have good constitution.
Because that person could maybe do a watch by themselves, and then you could still have your 3 watches 2 hours apiece like you had before.
I have a 16 constitution.
Oh yeah, same.
18.
16.
Because I think the concern with having 2 people was partly in case one isn't very perceptive, and partly to help like stay awake.
But also because we have a permanent heightened like risk level now. Whereas before it was, if there's a sound in the night, if there's whatever, you have to respond to it. Now we have someone who's actively going to try to get away at all times. So,
well,
Whose idea was to
consider
bring the murderer into the woods.
Sorry, that was mine.
consider that you
I don't
are.
think the idea was necessarily to bring the murderer into the woods, and it was to bring the murderer back to the village.
Yeah, I didn't think that
Something
through.
just
Okay, now
I'm a big fan of this plan.
could
By the
we
way,
just bring the murderer just back to the village? Like, we don't need to continue on our path. We can take a detour.
how many days away are we?
But like, why the heck would we have been walking this far if not to?
Well, the tree isn't going anywhere.
you guys have been. This is your second day out, so you've traveled 2 days to get to where you're at right now.
As far as we know, we're not far from it now.
It's true.
We're at least in the wrong forest, and forests tend to be large.
But we could be at the end of one.
Well, I guess, but then we still have to. Point made.
I think it's much
Probably.
more adventurous to take a murderer with us. I am into this plan, you guys. I just think it's going to be way more fun.
Well,
If anything else, it is extra bait for all the big monsters.
Yeah.
I want to remind you that
I feel like our stealth checks are going to be our ability to stealthily walk through these woods are definitely going down.
Not if we bind and gag him completely. I can turn into a horse and carry him on my back.
Horses are known for
Necessary.
their stealthiness. Absolutely
You
true.
could carry him as a dire wolf.
I mean, I could also do that.
Yeah,
a
and then you
bear.
can bite him. That's to not be a pain. Yeah, that would work.
well,
Can you become a
remember
T-Rex?
remember that the wilds are very
Ah,
dangerous. So
Mhm.
even for you guys, well-armed adventurers in a group, it's dangerous. So a single unarmed, perhaps partially restrained person probably wouldn't last very long. I mean, you don't know, but I'm just reminding you guys that you are in a very dangerous environment. So the risk of him like trying to run away may not be as bad as you think, unless he has a death wish, which maybe he does, because he doesn't have a great fate waiting for him.
He doesn't necessarily know what's in store for him, though. He just
That's true. He just probably
we don't
figures
know
it's
what's in
bad.
store for us.
Which could be, getting people to give him a makeover for all we know.
Yeah, maybe there's cake.
Maybe she just wants a boy toy.
Yeah,
oh, damn.
like there was certain death in Elandria. Now there's just maybe death.
I'm not sure which is better.
It's not for us to decide.
No.
You can
Yes,
you can ask him. We have a study that we
No,
can
he
do
has
right
no
now.
say. He has no say in this.
If we do our job right, we should never hear this man speak. That's how I
Yes.
feel about it. We should
Well, at
never.
least I don't have to
we
role
should
play
not
him.
know the sound of his voice.
Man, all those role-playing notes I made. Practicing accents.
Never mind. We
It
want
was
to hear
just
it.
mumbles, wasn't it? Yeah. All right.
No, he will come
Fine.
with us to where we are going, and then he will come with us to where we go. Back. Again.
All right, can we get a decision on a watch schedule? I don't want to spend a whole session long resting again.
Yeah, we can make a decision on a.
Yes.
I'll go first.
All right.
All right. You're
With
first.
Larissa, because she's going through her loot.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Okay. So Brennan and
Will
Larissa
Larissa
on
start?
first watch.
Does anyone have a spike or something that we can secure his rope to the ground with?
Hey,
Oh.
a tree.
A tree. Is
I
there
also
a tree?
have a tree.
Yeah.
I can make a tree,
We're in a forest.
How big?
but I can make one.
All right. You go make tree. You already found tree.
No, let's just use the tree.
This mighty
The regular
tree has
tree.
been waiting
The
for
normal
our
ass
purpose.
tree.
So some of you probably also have pitons in your packs that you got.
Oh, we do have them in the climbers kits. But does anyone else have a?
Oh, I think I have one of those.
I'm going to take some rope. Wait, don't we have magic rope?
We do.
Yes, but it's
I have 50 feet of rope, just normal rope.
I
Yeah,
know,
me too.
but like, what is magic? Would magic rope be better at?
not in this
Not in
case.
this case.
Not this rope.
Okay. No using magic rope. Standard rope it is.
Yes, yes. Who is on second watch?
I'll
take-
go on second watch. I'm fine with that.
All right.
Trying
do
to think of good pairings.
Yeah.
So we want like magic and brawn every watch if we can, I guess.
Magic and Brawn. That should be the name of your group.
Magic and Brawn. The quick and picker upper.
Magic and Brawn Inc. There we go. Okay. Wahl, you want to join me on second watch?
I can do that.
All right. And then, is that enough?
We're doing 2-hour watches. Do we need 2 more?
I thought we were doing
we
3-hour watches.
I thought
Oh,
we
we're
were
doing
doing
3-hour watches.
So we do 2, and then we switch off, and then we do another 3. We do 3, and then we switch off, and then somebody does a 3, and then we switch off, and then we do a third 3.
I think
We're
we're
good.
doing this. I think we're making this more complicated than we need to.
Probably need to be, yes. We have 2 academics who are we're gonna make this complicated.
No, this is the one schedule. This is the one schedule.
We need to prove that long and tedious math is useful.
First, tell me your thesis.
Someone's going to
What is
write
this
like a
about schedule?
scientific journal, and then someone's going to respond to it. And they'll just fight through the journal for.
So then, while they are doing that, I will take the watch.
Okay, so I have Bryn and Larissa on first, Quincy and Wahl on second. Is there a third watch, or there's just the 2?
There would have to be a third.
Yeah, I will do the third.
Okay, third.
Yeah, that.
Gotcha.
And we could do it with like one person in the beginning and one person in the end, because that's the time you're less likely to flip the hell out or fall asleep accidentally or whatever.
Oh, yeah. It is daylight, so. Sure. That makes sense.
3 watches.
So you're doing what now?
So wait a minute. If the oh my god,
Down and just starts watching.
Just, I watch.
All I need
I
is to know if there's an encounter,
it out.
who's awake and who's asleep. Like that's all I really care
We have
about.
to do 3.2 hour watches.
Okay, so wait, could we not do this? How about we just randomly choose when the encounter is, which of the 5 of us is awake? There's 2 of us awake. It'll just be random. We'll just roll a die. That solves every problem moving forward.
so if I'm
And we just alternate. As people seem awake
you guys came up with 3 watches with 2,
so
2, and 1.
let's do 3 watches. First watch is 6 hours long. Second watch is 4 hours long. Third watch is 6 hours long.
That's a really long watch.
Yeah, but
Like really, really long.
Like, how long are we going to be
Try
sitting
doing-
here?
Like, but looking at a tree for 6 hours?
that's going to cover the
Nuts.
16 hours that we're missing.
Fuck
Yeah,
it,
but
man.
you-
One person watches.
You only need to worry about
That's what I was saying. Why we
not
don't
worth
need
it.
this.
you guys.
I suggested it. Fuck it. It's one person
You
watches,
only
and if
need
this guy
to
fucks
worry
up,
about this 6 or 8 hours that people are sleeping. The rest of the time, it's assumed everybody's on watch because everybody's
okay.
up. Because that's
Yeah.
when you're
Where's-
like foraging or making camp or breaking camp or eating or telling
Carry.
stories, playing euchre,
4 divided by n, carry the W.
Is that the fantasy card game that exists in Primordia? Is euchre?
Yeah.
to have 2-person watches, it's 3.2 hours per person for 8 hours.
That's not a big deal then, because we can sleep during the parts that we're not on watch.
Yes.
Right.
But but you guys only have 5 people. So how do you have 2-person watches?
That's the you basically do 1.5 hour watches twice. Each
Do we
person
need to
with a
do-
different person.
That makes sense to me entirely.
Then you can have different assortments of people at different times.
Then you stay.
I'm not entirely sure.
Can you
you're
make
right,
me a
but I'm
chart?
not
'Cause I
gonna
don't really
question it
understand.
Because
I'll spreadsheet it and put it on the forums for everyone to analyze later.
Are you curled up in a blanket right now?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So wait a minute. So Fear is figuring out the watches, and Fear is in charge of the watches. So I will just say it is our X of the watch. Who's on watch, Danielle?
Yep.
And as long as you understand, then I don't have to understand.
All right. Let's open up a spreadsheet.
it's almost 6, and we're still talking about
No.
I'm super happy that we decided that we needed a spreadsheet in order to figure out how to do what.
No. If we're only talking about 4 hours, or if we're only talking about 8 hours, and we have 5 of us, then within that 8 hours, we could have 2 watches, one with 2 people and one with 3 people. Right?
It's 3.2 hours per person.
All right,
Let's just go with that. Let's just go with that, please.
Do a spreadsheet. It's gonna be great.
Also, you guys don't have a clock, so
Yeah.
it's going to be hard to know how long 3.2 hours is.
I know how to tell time.
I cast time.
Fear gets out her sextant. She's like looking at the 2 suns. Okay, carry the
Yeah.
1.
I will take the middle watch, whatever that is.
Square root of the inverse of the.
Hypotenuse of the sun and the moon.
All right. So now you guys are going to hate me. After all of that, the night passes without incident.
Why? I mean, we really shouldn't be complaining about that. We really should not be complaining about.
No, we shouldn't.
No,
Come on, we
but
could have had at least an encounter in the time it took for us to figure out how to do watch schedule.
well, I'm hoping you guys will come up with something that you can use every time, and then I always know.
Yes,
when-
I'm working on it right now. I am
Okay,
literally
okay.
typing it into a spreadsheet.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So day 4 of day 3 of the journey, I guess.
It actually took us a day to figure out the.
So yeah, you wasted a day figuring out the watch, but now that you're back on track,
That seems fair.
you wake up
people
again,
complain?
same kind of normal temperature for this kind of year, a little bit warm, but today is very windy though, very strong winds. And hang on, am I on the wrong day? Stand by. No. Okay.
See, we
this is
took so long, we don't even know what
Those
day it
watches,
is.
I tell you, man.
Yeah, so
Brutal.
strong wind and light rain today. So strong wind actually has a mechanical impact. If you guys should get into a fight, you have disadvantage on perception checks that involve hearing, just because the wind is so loud. And if you should get in a fight, you have disadvantage on ranged weapon attacks, not spells,
Wait,
just
what?
weapons. Oh, don't worry, Quincy. You're like such a great shot. It won't matter.
It's not going to help.
All right.
So you guys have your breakfast and you
Hitting
take
somebody
off.
with an arrow.
Does someone want to make a survival check for the navigation for the day?
I will do it. I will do it.
I'll help Bryn out.
Okay.
Yeah.
we debate for a
Wait!
while
Before
which way
you
is true
roll,
north.
are you still doing the slow pace so you guys can be sneaky, or are you doing a normal pace or a fast pace?
I think we could probably just do a kind of normal pace. Seems like everything that's wanted to find us has done so anyways.
Plus, we have this Yahoo
Wow.
traveling with us now.
Yeah, we have this Yahoo. He's not very stealthy. Maybe he took his shoes away. He'd be
Unless he
quieter.
knows.
If Quincy is helping me, do I get advantage? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and actually, I should roll for you so that you don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So what's your bonus, Bryn, for survival?
+7 to survival.
Okay. And so you guys are doing normal pace? Is that the final decision?
Yeah,
Don't we have to go slow to be stealthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We can go
Do we
stealthy.
want to stealth or not?
Being quieter, I guess, is better than being loud.
Yeah. I cast Path Without Trace on all of us.
Okay. So since you're going slow, that gives you a +5 bonus to the navigation. And so Bryn, you and Quincy kind of work together on this, and you both are really confident that you know exactly where you're going. And Quincy's updating his map as you go.
All right. Should we all roll stealth?
Mountains.
Sure. Yeah. Everybody roll stealth.
God damn it. Do I have advantage on that for your
20.
spell?
You get a +10.
Oh,
For the
well,
spell.
that's good. 17.
32
Wow.
total. 'Cause
20.
I nat 20'd.
20 for me also.
Wow. I think you're twice as stealthy as I am.
And let me roll for.
I
How do you have Miguel restrained exactly?
Who's Miguel?
He's still wearing manacles, and he's wrapped in a rope so that his arms are pinned to his body,
Okay.
railroad tying style.
Is he?
I whisper down, and I bend down and whisper in his ear, "Unless you want to get ripped apart by a pack of dinosaurs, I suggest you stay quiet."
Do you have him hobbled or have his feet bound in any way?
No, I do have the rope then tied around. It was around his arms, his upper arms, and then his lower arms,
Okay.
and then wrapped up around, and then one right around his neck, and then the rest I hold on to.
Okay. So he gets a 14 on stealth. So he's not as. Oh wait, I forgot the +10. So he gets a 24 on stealth.
God damn it.
So-
He's stealthier than I
Still
am.
sneakier than I am.
So yeah, he's not making a ton of noise.
Okay.
So is it mainly the manacles that are restraining him, or did you tie him up too?
No, he's wrapped in. He's like he has the manacles, and then his forearms are bound to his body. His upper arms are bound to his chest, and
He's
then
straight jacketed, basically, with rope.
He's got like all 50 feet of a coil of rope around him.
Okay. So
and tied with one last thing going around his neck, and then like
Do
a
the
leash,
manacles
I'm carrying
include
him.
ankle
no,
support?
it's just
then
for
then
his-
he's also ankle
it's
bound.
basically.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Well, that's
No,
going
he's
to
not
affect
ankle
his.
bound.
Can't walk.
Well, we're walking. I thought we were sleeping still. Sorry.
Oh,
My bad.
yeah, no.
Yeah, because that would affect his stealth roll. if
Yeah,
he's-
we do that at night. We do that.
Yep.
for-
I'm on board.
So whoever tied him up needs to roll an intelligence sleight of hand.
What does that mean? Because
means
sleight of
you
hand
roll
is not
sleight of hand.
intelligence.
So you just take your proficiency bonus, and I guess if you're skill trained in something, and add intelligence.
Yeah, you use intelligence instead of whatever it normally uses.
So I guess I'll do it.
Sure, you came with him. That makes sense.
I've got a yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a natural one, you guys.
Shit.
Well, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so +4, +1 for my. I have +1 to sleight of hand.
Okay, so that's the escape DC.
Oh no.
But luckily, the manacles have an escape DC of 20. So,
Okay.
Good news.
so although there's like 50 feet of rope tied around him, it actually, if he could
like
get out of the manacles,
He's
yeah,
out of it.
It's like how they tie people up on TV. You're like, that would never hold anyone that was actually trying to get out.
I swear I read a book about knots. It's much different in practical application.
Accidentally use a slip knot instead of whatever knot you're supposed to. But yeah, the manacles are pretty hard to get out of. So he's got to get out of those first.
Fair enough.
Also, he's got a rope around his freaking neck.
Well, not really. It's the same
Not really.
role for the rope around the neck as it was for the rope around the rest of them. It's more of a bow tie than it is anything scary.
It's decorative.
All right. All right. So you guys carry on, and oh boy, marching order. Hopefully, this won't be an hour-long discussion.
I'll go first.
Okay, Bryn in front.
I'll take up the rear.
I'm going to stand next to Miguel, and I'm going to assume we're in the middle.
Yeah.
And Quincy in the rear. Wahl, where are you?
I would be in front of Fear, dragging Miguel.
So in the middle as well?
Like behind me?
Like right behind Bryn,
Well, there's just front, middle, rear. Is all
middle.
The granularity we're going to get to. Because we don't have a map, so it doesn't...
We're not
Does it need to be more precise than
that. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and Larissa, we will say, is in the back with Quincy. Because I think that's where she was last week. Because I remember Manny volunteering to be in the back and was like, oh, by the way, Larissa won't be paying any attention to what's behind us. And then someone else was like, okay, I'll be behind Larissa. I think it was Wahl, actually. All right.
So I assume that Larissa talks a lot to Quincy about the new purchases she has.
Oh, yeah.
Quincy spends a lot of time wishing that he chose to be in the front instead of in the back.
Now you know how it feels.
And she's very happy to have her umbrella that is keeping the very light rain off of her. Although it is a bit of a struggle with the high wind, but she manages.
Magic umbrella.
All right. So you guys travel east through the Misty Wood, and it's much as it has been up to this point. There's still that ever present mist along the ground that never really goes away. Lots of huge trees, lots of rocky formations. It is getting rockier and hillier as you go east. But you travel through the morning without any problems, and you take a break and have your lunch and continue on into the afternoon. And it's kind of slow going because you guys are trying to be stealthy, and there's some climbing involved. It's a pretty strenuous hike. It's not like walking down a road. But you guys are making pretty good time for as careful as you're being not to make any more noise than possible. And Miguel pretty much just gamely follows along. He doesn't really cause you guys any problems. A few times through the day, he kind of mutters behind his gag, seeming to want to say something or talk to you guys. But other than that, he's kind of just keeps to himself. And yeah, you guys travel into the afternoon. The wind keeps blowing. Every once in a while it'll change direction for a while, but it's pretty steady. It's probably, actually, with the wind, it's probably a little chilly, but not like cold. And you guys are traveling, and there's trees all around you and underbrush, and you don't see any signs of other, humanoids or anything like that. You see a lot of animals and birds and things like that, but you don't see any monsters or anything crazy. And you guys get to about mid-afternoon, when you're moving through this area. There's trees around you. There's some rocky outcroppings nearby, and you're starting to climb even higher. And all of you feel this strange sensation, and it starts so subtly, and it kind of builds an intensity so slowly that you're actually kind of feeling the sensation for a bit before you notice it. But you start feeling this feeling of this feeling of something not right. If you've ever been like in tornado weather, when the pressure drops and you get just this feeling of like impending doom. And you can't really put your finger on why. It's kind of like that. Like just something feels not right. You feel suddenly very anxious and nervous and on edge. And something feels almost unnatural, but you look around and you don't see any obvious source of this sensation, but it is kind of building in intensity slowly.
Can I don't know. I don't even know what to do with this. Sort of.
Maybe do a detect good and evil kind of thing.
Yeah, not super good at that.
Can I cast detect magic?
Sure.
Do I have to roll for anything?
No. Are you going to use a spell slot or do you want to do it as a
No, I'm
ritual?
just using my Firbolg magic.
Oh, cool.
I can do that once a day. Or once every short rest.
Detect magic. Let me see. You actually
much,
at first you don't notice anything. I mean, obviously you guys are all carrying various magic items at this point, and you see that. And at first you don't notice anything else, but then you realize that kind of all around you there's this very, very faint magical aura. It's so faint that you almost didn't even notice it. And it just seems to be all around you. It's in the air. It's in the ground. It doesn't seem to come from a certain place. It just seems to be everywhere. This kind of faint magic aura.
Would I have heard of something like that in my reading?
Yeah, I definitely mention it to Fear.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it could be a lot of things. Fear. There's a lot of, sometimes there's magical storms or magical, like there are areas where magic is heightened or areas where magic doesn't work or areas where magic is unpredictable.
Can I sort of figure out like what kind of magic it is or any quality? Should I?
Let's see. Let me look at the detect magic.
I really don't know because I never use this one. Or if I have to make a roll, that's fine. But
okay, so you learn a school. So what school would this be? It would be.
It's in divination, I think.
No, the magic that you're
You
sensing.
learn the school of the magic that you cast it in.
I'm trying to figure out what that would be.
You already know the school of magic you cast it in.
I think it would be a very faint conjuration aura.
It feels conjury here. I don't.
So maybe something big is about to appear.
We should be not here. We should be other places that are not conjury.
Yeah, can we do does it seem like it terminates within any direction we can walk to?
It seems like it's everywhere.
Do you want me to build my other dimensional house?
No. We should just move forward.
What, until it goes away? What if it doesn't go away, though?
Yeah, that's a risk. We can keep going. I can only make a house for an hour. So
at this point, Bryn and Quincy, you guys, I imagine, have kind of stopped right now, and you're kind of conferring and deciding what to do and trying to figure out what's going on. Bryn and Quincy, you just happen to glance back the way you came towards the west, and you see a very large form hurtling through the air in your direction. And it is very obviously a quite large red dragon. And there's Manny! Oh my God, he's just in time. Manny, you are literally just in time.
Here I come to save the day.
Oh my God, you couldn't have better timing, man. I literally just told them there's a dragon coming.
And you're top of the initiative, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
Also,
I rolled really well for you for initiative.
Oh my lord.
So Manny, just quick recap. You guys have been traveling. It's mid-afternoon. You felt this weird feeling like the pressure dropped, and you felt this feeling of impending doom, and everybody was trying to figure out what's going on. And you see this large red dragon flying towards you, skimming just over the treetops, and it flies over you. And by the way, to kind of get across the size of this thing, you remember Petunia, the Tyrannosaur. Looks like this thing could easily pick Petunia up and eat her in like 2 bites.
Oh my lord.
I mean, this thing is
my God.
crazy huge. And
So Horserex's mother is coming to get revenge on her son.
And I need everyone to make a wisdom save versus fear as it flies
Versus
over
me?
you.
No.
Different kind of fear.
That is actually what I thought he said at first. I was like, what the fuck?
Yes, and now it is revealed that fear is the villain of the story.
Called it.
Craig's like, I saw this coming a long time ago.
I have no bonuses, but I did roll a
Oh
natural
God,
20.
that was terrible.
Ooh.
21.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
19.
I should roll for Miguel.
I have proficiencies. I have proficiencies in that. So 24.
Okay. So Quincy somehow resists the power of the dragon fear, but everyone else
I've
is
seen
affected
dragons
by
bigger
it.
than that back in the day.
So everyone else is frightened. And you just you thought you felt impending doom before. Now you really feel impending doom as this thing flies over you, skimming right above the trees. Its presence kind of washes over you, and you're kind of like deer in headlights, frozen in fear. And it roars in its great voice, and it says, "Now I will unleash my vengeance upon you for what you took from me. And I will take back what you stole from me. Your pitiful lives are small payment for your insolence, but they will have to suffice." And it banks and comes back around, and it breathes this huge cone of fire, and it's like cutting a swath like through the forest towards you guys. And you hear as the trees are exploding, because like the moisture in the trees are like turning to steam like instantly, and there's like bits of flying wood flying everywhere as this like fire is coming towards you guys.
Oh my God.
Cutting this swath as the dragon flies towards you. And then you feel that even with all this going on, you still feel that weird feeling of impending doom, and suddenly that feeling like is magnified times 100, and your ears actually pop as the pressure drops, and you hear and feel this sound as the world, as reality itself screams in agony, and this rip opens in reality, and this inky blackness is pouring out, and then all these just unspeakable horrors are like pulling out of this rip in reality. Like things with tentacles and multiple limbs, and just all these things pouring out, running kind of in every direction, just scattering in any direction. A few of them head your way, and also this massive flying beast comes out. You're not even sure what this thing is. It's got like 4 sets of wings. It's got tentacles and eyes all over it. And it starts to actually attack the dragon. The dragon, when this rift opened, actually kind of beside it had to bank to avoid going through the rift. And so the fire kind of went wide and missed you guys as this thing banks, and this thing comes out and it lays into the dragon, and they're fighting. And there's all these crazy things coming out everywhere. And some of them are coming your way. Some of them are just running into the trees, making horrific sounds. And it's Larissa's action.
Welcome back, Manny.
Yeah, welcome back, man. I'm glad you can make it.
What? I don't even know how to react. What is happening? I mean, so how far is whatever is happening above us?
The closest thing to you, Larissa, is this creature that, let's see, I can, at this point, I can at least show. Oh, why is that not working? Oh, well, I'll worry about that in a second. This first creature that's coming towards you looks like a cross between almost like a giant shrimp and a crab, except it's got tentacles coming out of it everywhere. It's some kind of weird, crazy crustacean kind of thing. And it comes barreling out of this rift and comes straight for you guys. And it's definitely the closest thing to you right now.
Okay. How far would you say? Is it within 60 feet?
Yeah, it's probably about 30 feet from you.
Ooh. Let's attempt to have it move a little bit farther with a little dissonant whispers.
Okay.
Like more like dissonant screams, but it's a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
It's the Call of Cthulhu crap.
Yep. I'm gonna do this as
this is totally Cthulhu crap coming out of this.
Second level. I'm gonna do this.
I hate seafood.
Yep.
All right, it fails its wisdom save.
Oh, that's very nice. So it takes 20 psychic damage, and it must use its reaction to move away. Its immediate reaction to move away at full speed, and then I will run behind Wahl.
Okay. So it actually heads back to the rift at its speed. And for some reason, I loaded all these images and they're not working. I don't know why.
It's okay. The scary ass images in my head will do. Once of our impending doom.
All right, so I'm not gonna worry about that. All right, so Manny, the spell, it moves its speed away, and then when its turn comes, is it still afraid of you?
It's an immediate effect.
Okay.
So he will just move away, and that's it. But then he acts normally after that.
All right, so now it's his turn. So he turns around and runs back.
Okay, I'm gonna end by going behind Wahl.
Okay. Well, you're in the back actually. You're in the back rank. So
perfect. Anything behind me?
Quincy.
Yeah.
Perfect. At least I'll hear your screams before.
Hey, I'm the only one not scared.
Hey, I got a natural 20 unless that doesn't help here. I roll a natural 20 on my fear, but I don't have any bonuses. So
the DC was 21, so you just missed it, unfortunately.
I'm afraid still. So I will be inspiring Wahl, and I say, don't go too far from me, please.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. So that'll end my turn.
All right. I don't know why my images. Well, I apologize to people watching. I had images, but they're not working now. But that's just how it goes.
Post.
Yes.
So
editing.
So this thing runs forward, and I guess Bryn is in the front. So it is going to attack with its kind of pincher claws, kind of crab-like claws. That is a bonus 13 to hit.
Let's see.
And
there was something going on with my spell sheet. With my sheet before. Let me find it. 14 misses.
Okay, and a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
All right. You take 6 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled as it grabs you in its claw. And
Not good.
it's Fear's turn.
Those rift spells that I learned, are they by any chance ritual casting capable?
Well, remember, a ritual takes like 10 minutes plus.
No, I know. I'm asking that anyway.
Does it say that they are?
It does not,
Yeah,
but I thought I'd try.
I don't think they are, but maybe I didn't think about that. So that's something I can think about later.
Yeah, because otherwise I have to use 3 of my learned slots to be able to handle rifting.
Yeah.
Which is possible. Like that's now that I've learned that that's a thing that's going to happen. I'll be prepared next time.
Yeah,
and we can do something about it tomorrow.
I'll probably give them the ritual thing. For now, we don't know.
Is there a way for me to get 20 feet away from my friends? Like my movement?
Yeah, I mean, you can move 30 feet.
Your friends.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think you
Is
could.
that a specific wizard spell, abandon friends?
Yeah, it's called Expeditious Retreat.
Yeah. I kind of want to try out my new fireball spell, but I understand that it could murder my homies, and I'm disinclined to do that. So I need to. Oh, it's got a range of 150 feet, so I need a point where I can hit them in a 20-foot radius without hitting my friends. Is that possible?
Yeah. What are you wanting to hit with it?
What can I get? What's the most impact I can make with a 20-foot radius blast?
Well, you could hit the thing that just attacked Bryn, and also hit a lot of the crap that's pouring out of.
That sounds like a good use of wizarding.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
you could hit a bunch of stuff.
And I also want to try to get behind Wahl with Miguel.
Okay. All right. So I believe I need to make a dex save for fireball. What's your save DC?
It is 15.
All right. Well, the thing on Bryn fails. And let me roll for some of these other guys.
I got to start rolling my d6s because I don't have 8.
So would that also hit me, or?
No, I'm trying to do it in such a way that I don't hit you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get the nice little tail end
For
of
not killing me. Just cinched my ears a little bit. That's okay.
Pops. Are you in form?
No, I'm a Bryn right now. I'm not a wolf or anything.
So it's going to be 30 damage for people who fail and 15 for people who don't, or creatures. They're not people.
Oh, creatures are people too.
Yeah, so you throw out your fireball, and you guys just see this little bead of red, orangish, fiery energy fly out from Fear's hand, streaks behind Bryn a ways, and explodes with this gush of fire, and it singes the monster that has Bryn in its claws, kind of burns its backside. And burns quite a bit of the monstrosities coming out. A few of the smaller ones, it actually kills outright. And they're kind of laying curled and blackened on the ground. And then quite a few others, it just seems to really piss off.
Having never done that spell before, I'm quite impressed with myself.
Yeah. You a few of the trees in the area are kind of missing some leaves now, and some of the underbrush is still smoldering a little bit. It's pretty impressive.
All like clapping.
Brandon, it's your turn. If you're done, Fear.
Yeah, I want to make it clear that I am behind Wahl.
Yes, behind Wahl.
Behind the wall.
Oh gosh. Okay. Can I cast spells when I'm grappled?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't it? What if it has some S? symbolic or
Semantic.
Superman?
Yeah, it's
Superman.
if you're
Like,
restrained,
what?
Symbolic.
it can cause problems, but just grappled. All grapple means is you can't move.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be grappling your main body or whatnot. Or you can be making gang signs with one hand.
Good to know.
I choke on my coffee.
As you do, you know.
It's like I have a spell that would be so good, but I didn't bring it today. Like,
Tell me about it. I could be closing a rift right now.
oh boy. What would I do? Okay. So there's a rift that's opened up. How far away from me is it?
The rift is about 40 feet away from you.
Okay. And it's still open and everything.
Yeah. There's still crap coming out of it.
All right. This is kind of I will cast Entangle in a 20-foot square around the rift.
Okay, cool.
And can I use a bonus action to like try and break free, or is that an action?
It's an action.
Okay, so this might be a little bit annoying, but if I use a bonus action to shapeshift, would that break grapple or anything?
No, you'd still be grappled. You'd just be a different form.
Okay.
I will tell
Sorry?
I will tell you that to escape will take you use either strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics to escape. So depending on the form that you take, it might make it easier to escape if that's what you're wanting to do.
That's what I was thinking
later.
But I will probably Okay. Yeah, I will turn into a dire wolf then with my bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So Bryn is now a dire wolf.
Like, congratulations. Now you're hugging a big wolf.
We are in dire
And
straits.
it is not cute.
Your dire wolf isn't cute?
My dire wolf is adorable, but
Oh, okay. I expected her to be kind.
Are you done,
Yeah.
Bryn?
when a dire wolf is like growling
Action.
and about to rip your face off, not so cute.
Fair enough.
Are you done, Bryn?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so the dragon is fighting this flying thing above you,
Thank
and
God.
it attacks with its bite and bites into the thing, and this kind of steaming black blood like drips out of it, and when it hits the ground around you guys, it like kind of sizzles, almost like it's acid, and it attacks the dragon back, basically giving as good as it got. They're kind of tearing into each other above you, and it is Quincy's turn.
Is it still windy?
It is.
Fair enough. So Quincy looks at the trees around him and says, "Shit got real, Dianara. Don't fail me now." And I'm going to summon a spiritual weapon.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So right next to the thing that's right next to the thing that's beating on Bryn.
Okay.
Or,
What
yeah,
form does your
so-
weapon take? What kind of weapon is
So,
it?
I think Dianara's thing is a bow, but that really wouldn't help me too much in this circumstance. So can I have like a special affinity for my shovel, so I want to bring like a giant, meaty, nasty-looking shovel
Sure.
to beat somebody.
Yeah, a nice glowing holy shovel.
Yeah. And there we are.
Love it.
Big shovel shows up and just start clang, 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 clang.
Awesome.
That's the goal.
Awesome. I love it. Holy shovel of
Hey,
dynamite.
natural 20.
Nice. And he crits with it. Look at that.
So 7, 14 plus 6. I assume 26 hits, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, a natural 20 always hits. So,
Right. Okay. So
but yeah, 26
Plus-
also hits.
attack modifier. Yeah. So 14, 20 points of damage
Nice. Yeah, you club it really good with the holy shovel.
with the holy shovel.
Yeah, and that was your bonus action. So you still have your move and your action if you want to do something
Oh.
else.
Well, with that, I will attempt to shoot at it with my.
Okay.
So I don't know. Wind. Roll a 1.
Oh no.
Pew! Whew.
Yeah, the wind kind of grabs the arrow and takes it off course.
Sort of picturing like if anybody played like the old Worms games where you huck a thing and it just like arches in completely unreasonable ways. That's what my arrow does.
Awesome. Do you want to move at all?
No, I'm pretty good from a
Okay.
distance.
Yeah, you're behind Wahl a little ways, right?
I'm behind Wahl a little ways next to Larissa, a ways away from the horrible murdery things.
All right.
So, I'll move slightly towards Wahl, basically, in a attempt. If we need to massively heal people, we can get there quickly.
Okay.
Our
So-
center of gravity.
Yeah, right. So it's Wahl's turn.
All right.
They're the sun, the moon, and the stars. There, Wahl. Don't go too far.
So I have in front of me, I have only Bryn.
Yeah, she's the only one in front of you. Everybody else is behind you.
Oh,
And she's probably only in front of you because she's grappled.
only because yeah.
Not by her own choice.
Real quickly, Fear, I'm going to go ahead and say that the destabilized rift you can cast as a ritual,
Okay.
but it already takes a minute to cast, so it'll be 11 minutes to cast
Yep.
it,
That's fine.
which is 110 rounds. Or no,
Yeah. I'm
66
probably
rounds.
not going to cast it during the battle, but if we
Or
get
no,
to like
160
round 30, I might
110
think
rounds,
about
yeah.
it.
Okay. If you guys survive 30 rounds of combat, I will just give up.
So will we. It'll be 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It'll be like the 14th session.
All right. I will cast. I say this every time and I wind up not casting.
Right.
I will cast my battle
Sword.
axe.
I will cast draw weapon.
Hey, I cast that.
I've oh yeah. So I have my shield in hand. I have my axe in hand. I, for lack of anything better to do, hoping somebody behind me will pick it up, I drop the rope, holding Miguel, and
Oh, okay.
I move forward, casting.
Why not take Miguel with you?
Because he slows me down. I'm already slow.
Oh, don't say that, honey. You got a good education.
You're smart when it counts.
I don't understand that.
You did very well in
Yes. Very good in PE.
There are several different types of intelligence.
Right.
I'm gonna cast mana.
Yes.
Can't help it. Gotta do it every time.
Yeah.
one of the few universal truths.
You know what? I am going to cast from my shield Hand of Elandria
Okay.
as my bonus action for the first time.
Remind me what that does. The thing
It's
I
your
made up.
spell. Let me look.
Hey, Jeremy Crawford doesn't remember to roll, so I don't have to. Even if I did make it up.
One time per day for up to 1 minute as a bonus action, one ally within 5 feet of me gains the magic bonus of my shield as a bonus to their AC.
Cool. So who are you giving that to?
Bryn right now. She's in front of me.
Ah, thank you.
So that's what, a +1?
That is a +1, yeah.
Cool.
+1 to
AC.
what exactly?
AC.
Oh,
Armor
cool.
class. Yeah.
And then I will, that's my bonus action. For my action, I will move forward and attack the tentacle. Or whatever's attacking her or holding her down. I will attack it twice.
Yeah, so you guys see as Wahl invokes this power, the shield actually glows with this golden light that seems to kind of surround Bryn as he steps up to her to attack this thing, this giant shrimp with tentacles.
I knew I picked the right place to be.
Sounds like everyone got cooler.
So then two attacks. Can I attack the tentacle or just attack?
Well, it's holding her in a claw, like a crab claw kind of thing.
All right.
The tentacles kind of come out of its face and they seem to just do that a lot.
All right. I will just attack. Well, yeah. Nope. Fell off. So 18 plus. Oh, wow. I have a +7 to hit now.
Wow.
18 plus 7 is 25.
Oh, that's a hit.
Wow.
For sure.
So then that is 1d8 plus 4 is 6 plus 4 is 10 points of damage on the first attack.
Okay.
Second attack is a 19. Dang it. So close. 19 plus 7 is 26. That's my math calculator.
Okay. That hits as well.
And does it still look like it's in good shape?
It's bloodied at this point, but it's not like close to death or anything.
I'm going to, if I can for my damage, can I add, shoot, I'm sorry, I lost it. Divine Smite.
Okay.
To do an additional 2d8.
Is that the spell or your paladin ability thing?
That's my paladin ability.
Gotcha.
So when I hit someone in melee, I can expend a spell slot.
Cool.
So that'll be a total of 3d8 plus 4. That will be 6. 4 is 10 plus 5 is 15 plus 4 is 19 points of damage. And that's 2 spell slots down. And that will be all I can do.
Yeah, you hit it really good. You guys see this flash of divine light when he hits it with his axe. And the thing screams in pain. Right. And we are back at the top of the round with Larissa.
Oh, God.
Oh, and by the way, I should point this out before we get a bunch of YouTube comments. The dragon in its fight with this tentacled horror thing in the sky that's fighting with, as they're kind of moving around each other and attacking each other and tearing at each other. They've actually moved a bit away, which is why you're not feeling the dragon fear at this moment. Luckily.
Bravo.
Yay.
And yeah, it's Larissa.
Thank you, weird tentacle beastie thing.
Yeah. Seems to be keeping the dragon busy at the moment.
All right. Is there anything else coming from, like, is this beast the only thing that we're facing?
A lot. As things come out of the rift, they're kind of scattering in every direction.
Okay. So none that are like directly coming.
There is an entangle spell around the rift.
Oh.
Yeah, and there are a few things that are coming your way. One is this horror of flesh covered with eyes and mouths and teeth. That's just kind of oozing across the landscape. It's partially burned from Fear's fireball, and it's coming your way. And there are a couple other creatures that look like giant worms with these large toothy maws and like tentacles coming out of their mouths. And they're coming your way too. And they also look slightly burned from the fireball.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, I wanted to throw down a fairy fire to get as many creatures that we will encounter. If I'll be able to do that.
What's the area of that? How big is it?
Fairy fire is a 20-foot cube.
Okay. You could get the two snake tentacle things or worm tentacle things.
And those are like coming in our way, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They look like they're pretty pissed about the fireball.
Thanks, Fear.
Well, that's right. It's not this. It's more like crinkled.
Yeah.
Crispy.
It smells like
exactly.
fried worm.
It's calamari.
Calamari. So I'm going to throw a fairy fire, and that should be a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Why do I do this to myself? It's like, how many pages of the monster manual can I need at one time?
Yeah.
What's the save DC?
It is for 15.
All right. One of them makes it and one of them fails.
Okay, so he is lit. Hashtag. And he's outlined in 10 feet of dim light, and attacks have advantage against it. If there were any invisible creatures in that area and they fail, they are also visible.
Awesome. So yeah, one of them is glowing with this lavender light as Larissa puts fairy fire around it.
Yep. And I just stand there hoping not to die.
Okay. All right.
I got you.
All right. At this point, the creature that has grabbed Fear is going to go again.
Grabbed Bryn?
Or Bryn.
Did I get grabbed? I was like, what?
He's going to swing his free claw at Wahl, and he rolls a 22 to hit.
Come at me, brah.
Does that hit you, brah? All right, brah. Here it comes, brah. All right. 15 bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled.
That's a big bra. Okay.
As it grabs you.
Boo.
I know. What was the damage?
15.
Aye.
Let's see. Who else is over there by you guys? Probably nobody.
No one.
No one. So it's got Bryn in one claw and Wahl in the other claw, and it kind of looks from one to the other, and then it takes the claw with Bryn and it tries to hit Wahl.
Wait.
I'm not sure I can interpose shield on that one.
That's a 16 to hit.
I'm sorry, say that again.
16. That's probably
No,
nice.
that misses.
And then probably the worst part for Bryn, who's now a wolf, is it's got you in its claw, Bryn, and it moves you towards its face, and it's all like with its tentacles and its mouth open. You're not sure if it's trying to bite you or French kiss you, but either way, it's horrific.
Either way, no thank you.
Oh, I don't make an attack roll. You make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh man.
Ooh, gross. What'd you roll, Bryn?
Wait. Sorry.
Oh, and it would be the
Constitution?
wolf's Constitution saving throw. Yeah.
Sorry, I totally spaced out.
Which is probably just its con bonus.
10.
All right. So this is probably even worse in wolf form with their heightened senses. As this thing shoves its tentacles down your throat, and it tastes really like earthworm, only worse. And you are poisoned and paralyzed for 1 minute. You get to repeat the save at the end of each of your turns.
Oh man.
As the nasty slime coating these tentacles gets into your system and is not good. And that's its turn. Next. Oh, the worm snake tentacle things.
Those are nice, guys.
Ooh. Somewhat static.
Yeah, I think that was fear. There's
Oh, am I staticky?
yeah. You're in a wormhole, I think. You're getting too close to the black hole. Black hole, pull back. All right. So these guys are going to come forward. Let's see. They're going to try and get around Wahl and Bryn, and they're going to try and come at one of them's going to try and come at Fear, and one's going to try and come at Larissa.
No.
So Wahl and Bryn, you can each take an opportunity attack against one if you have a reaction left.
And you aren't paralyzed?
Oh, yeah, I guess Bryn's paralyzed. Sorry, Bryn. Wahl, you can take an opportunity attack if you have your reaction left.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Whose side are you on?
Okay, so am I within 5 feet of my crew behind me
Mm-hmm.
as they're moving past me?
Well,
are you guys
forward,
that
right?
close to him? That would be Fear, Larissa, and Quincy. Are you guys within 5 feet of Wahl, or are you further back?
We
I
were.
think we were further back.
I was right up there.
Yeah, if he
You guys
walked,
were right behind me, and then I moved up. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, if he walked forward, then he's however far he had to walk to get to that one. But we were just right behind him.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
Quincy's a little further back.
Shoot.
Uh,
No, I'm not going to take the opportunity attack.
I will tell you that this is the one that is fairy fired.
Oh, I'm going to take it.
I had a feeling that might have an impact.
All right, so that's advantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Natural 20.
Oh!
Nice.
So that is
You guys are always killing all my monsters.
1d8. So actually, it's 2d8 plus 4, right?
Yeah. Unless you're going to smite him too.
Yes, please.
Can I?
Yes.
Is
You
that,
decide after you hit?
Yeah. Is that it's not like a reaction or anything, right?
No,
you
it just
decide
says
to add
yeah.
the damage after you hit, which is
I just expend a spell slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you double
which is
those
why
dice
Paladins
too.
are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when they crit.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is when I fuck shit up.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah. This is
So-
how you do it.
from inside a claw. Like,
Yeah.
badass.
He's like, oh god.
You're so pissed.
All right, let's do the crit stuff first so that I can keep everything straight. 7 and 2, 9 plus 4 is the 9, 4, 13 is the damage.
And you doubled all
And
the
then-
dice, right?
No, that was 1d8 plus 4 is my attack, so I did 2d8.
Yeah, you double the divine smite dice too.
Oh, I do. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
all the dice you rolled.
So you
So
roll
that-
4d8.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much was that? What did I just say?
I don't know.
7 plus something.
Shoot, I don't remember now. I picked the dice up.
You can roll
Well, I
it
guess
again if you want.
roll
Just
again.
roll 4 of them.
I don't have 4.
Let's see if we can get to the light. Oh, we're not.
Was that? It was 7 and 2. Was that, I think so.
Okay.
7 and 2 plus 4. So 9. Yeah, that sounds right. 9 plus 4 is 13. And then it's 2d8 normally, so it'd be 4d8.
Wow.
Yes.
That would be 6 and is it 4 and 6 and 7 is 13 additional damage.
So 19
26
plus
total.
13.
Yeah.
So 21. No, 22. No,
So
32.
13 and 13.
19 and 13, right? That's 32.
No.
13 and 13?
It was 9.
Yes.
It was 13 and 13. 26.
26. Okay.
Maths.
Wow.
Stay in school, kids.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs
At least not when you're trying to play D&D.
unless you have a calculator.
Unless you have a calculator or an assistant, which is even better.
An assistant. Don't abacus and
Hire someone to just do all the math. for
Yeah,
them.
right? That'd
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, wait, don't you have a spreadsheet open, Danielle?
I can do the formula. No problem.
I've
did
gotten
want to
so
talk
lazy
medicine.
With roll 20, I've gotten so lazy with my rolls.
Mm.
All right. So now, so this was the one that was going towards fear. Or no, this is the one that was going towards Larissa. So Wahl clocks it. Messes it up pretty good, but it's
Good.
still alive to come and mess with Larissa. All right, so it's going to try to attack you with its tentacles. That's a 19 to hit. Does that hit you,
You know, that
Larissa?
hits.
Okay. it does.
I was like, your
Um,
AC is higher than 19. Holy shit. You're the greatest bard of all time.
So that's 7 damage, and make a con
Fantastic.
save versus poison.
Oh. All right. 11.
11. That is not going to do it. So you are paralyzed,
Oh, Lord.
but you're not poisoned. You're just paralyzed, so it's not as bad as the other one. And you
Could
get to redo
Could
that.
I have got some hellish rebuke on him as he hit me?
What's hellish rebuke?
A reaction and then
Yeah, you can
Gets-
do a reaction before you're paralyzed.
yeah. So dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah. And then-
He rolls a 7.
oh, that's good. That's good because he will take that bestial. 24 fire damage.
Whoa! Holy cow!
Well, that was a very hellish rebuke.
Yeah, he like smacks Larissa with his tentacles, and Larissa seems to explode in fire,
Yes,
burning
you
him quite
temporarily see
badly.
these horns just just appear and then go away.
All right, now I got to see what paralyzed does, if that's going to affect anything here.
Yeah.
Uh,
I am incapacitated and I cannot move or speak.
attack rolls have advantage. Any
Yes, they
hits
do.
is a critical. Oh, that's not good.
Enemy attacks within 5 feet are critical hits.
Yeah,
Ooh.
because he has another attack with his bite.
Ew.
Does a
Did you bring up a dazzled Often from
Does a 14 hit
Elandria.
you, Larissa?
You could try to give it a kiss.
Does a
14 will
14?
hit.
It does? Oh, no.
14 hits?
Squish.
You know, those stylish clothes are not very protective.
I have to do something about that.
But they look
Oh my
hellishly good.
I literally, I just have to, I wish I had a camera to show you guys. I can't believe I did this. I rolled 44. I literally rolled 4s on all of them.
Oh,
Like, what are the odds of that? That's like impossible. So that's 18 damage from the bite.
Okay.
Ouch. I didn't think that was going to be that bad, but then I rolled the maximum. Wow.
Staying alive.
So that's that guy. The other guy, actually, the other
Lex,
guy I'll deal with later.
Is that a crit hit?
Yeah, that was a crit.
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause
it was a
she's-
crit, and you rolled max damage.
Yeah, and I literally rolled the maximum I could have on every single die. This never happens when I'm playing, by the way.
Coming over and stealing your dice.
Right?
It's now Miguel's go.
Oh God.
He runs.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, doing so is going to invoke some attacks of opportunity.
Dumbass.
Aw.
He doesn't know how to disengage.
Oh, that's right. I guess he could
If he's not-
disengage.
If he doesn't know how to do anything else.
Yeah, that's right. He would disengage. I didn't even think about that. Good call, Manny.
Disengage limits the distance he can run, though, so it's
True.
fine.
That's true. You
True.
can't dash.
Okay.
You know what? I tell you what. I'm going to make a wisdom save for him. Let's see if he's so scared he just runs and doesn't even think about disengaging. Yeah, he failed to save. So yeah, he just runs and invokes an opportunity attack from this thing that just fucked up Larissa's world.
Can
Well,
you
I
invoke
guess
an
that
opportunity
uses
attack
up their
from-
reaction.
What?
Sorry, go ahead, Craig.
I was just thinking, can he invoke an opportunity attack from Larissa? And potentially Quincy's, who's right beside Larissa?
He should be right next to me, because I was standing adjacent to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Larissa's paralyzed, so he can't from her. Fear, he could from you if you want to attack him.
Mhm.
You just clock him upside the head.
Yeah, I mean, wizards are known for their clocking ability.
Or grab the rope.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm allowed to do as a reaction. Can
Just,
I grab the rope?
Attack.
No, you can just make an
Attack
attack.
opportunity.
A single
I can't
attack.
cast the spell. I have to like
Right.
physically attack, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You would have to have Warcaster or something like that.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have any of that shit yet. I do have a dagger, though.
Hey, stab.
Okay.
All right.
Non-lethal stabbing.
18 to hit,
You hit him,
Nice.
and the monster hit him too, by the way.
and I will do 2 badass piercing damage.
Okay. All right, so the monster hits him for 5, but now he has to make a saving throw versus the poison.
That'd be hilarious. You get
Paralyzed would
poisoned.
be ideal.
Yeah, he's paralyzed. He failed to save.
Oh yeah, Manny, we have a hostage.
So yeah, Miguel runs for it. Fear like kind of slices him with her dagger as he runs, and then this monster just like whips out some of its tentacles and like slaps him upside the back of the head, and he's like, "Ugh," and he like falls to the ground like frozen in place.
Bitch.
That's kind of hilarious. Fear, it's your turn.
So, like, literally everyone around me except Quincy is paralyzed at this point. Is that what's happening?
Bryn, Larissa, and Miguel are paralyzed.
So Wall's good,
Wall's good,
Quincy's good.
but Wall is grappled.
I'm good.
Right.
And Miguel is paralyzed, so
Yes.
he's not an imminent
And
threat to me.
he's also prone.
Okay. I'm not trying to cause him harm. I just want
Okay.
him incapacitated, and that's
Right.
already handled.
Says the girl who stabbed him literally 2 seconds ago.
I was trying to prevent an escape. Unconsciousness would be an acceptable outcome as well, but it's handled. How bad is my friend Larissa looking?
How bad are you looking, Manny?
Well, I could use some healing.
Looking fabulous.
That's not that much of an option. I could like float you into space.
She could end the pain forever.
It's better when it comes from someone who loves you.
Remember, there's a dragon in space.
She
Dr. Fuse
Yeah,
seems like something we wouldn't want as a bedside
No,
manner.
absolutely not. Okay, I am just
But if you can harm this thing and kill it,
exactly. I think that's my best approach. I'm gonna try to fuck some shit up.
It is
How
fairy
badly
fired.
injured is the thing around us? Like the one that's on Larissa.
It's pretty messed up.
That's the one I hit.
Oh wait, Larissa, I think you need to make a concentration roll actually for the fairy fire.
do I?
Yeah, I think you do.
Let me see. Okay, that's 20 total.
Okay. Actually, I guess you need to make 2 because you got hit twice.
And a 5.
Ow!
So I guess it's not fairy fire. That crit kind of broke her concentration.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That's fair.
It worked on one shot. That was good.
Yeah. Wahl got his
Hey.
attack on it with it.
All right, I'm gonna use. Is there like maybe a line of them I can get? I have a 15-foot cone attack.
I mean, not the ones that you guys are fighting right now. If you wanted to blast some of the other ones, you could.
No, I'm more worried about the imminent threat. So, am I far enough away to cast a ranged spell, or am I in melee? I haven't been attacked.
Yeah, that's kind of you can be like 5 feet away from it, so that
Okay.
you're away from it.
I will cast Firebolt, which is just a
Okay.
cantrip.
Cool.
16 to hit.
That hits.
Alrighty. Uh, 16 damage.
You mess it up, but it is still alive. But it is burned even more now.
And it probably hates me, which is ideal.
It does hate
Right.
you.
Now it knows you're there.
I'm going to step on the other side of Miguel so that he's in
Okay.
front of me
Okay.
for visibility and meat shield.
Shielding
Gotcha.
purposes.
Well, he's laying on the ground, so he's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
great meat shield right now.
Yeah.
But
All right, that's my
he's a
turn.
good footstool.
Yeah.
Bryn.
Phoebe, did you hear that it's your turn, sweetie?
No. I spent the entire day hot gluing little rocks on top of other little rocks for school. I don't want to talk about it. I'm really tired. I'm sorry.
I
Okay.
wonder what program you're taking where that's a task. Theology, I assume?
Arts and crafts?
Anthropology.
Oh,
Anthropology?
a fellow anthropologist.
I don't- Yeah. I've gotten really into it. This is like the third anthropology class I've taken this semester.
It will
but
suck you in.
it has. I joined the club, but I don't know why we're basically doing an art project for a grade, and I'm not questioning it because it's an easy A. So
Yeah.
so how many, out of curiosity, how many like monsters are actually coming toward us / attacking us right now?
4. And one of them is the one that has you in its claw.
Okay. I am paralyzed. Can I roll for that?
Oh, yes. Stand by. Doo-doo-doo.
I think that happened at the end of our turn now.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so you get to make a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn. So
At the end of my turn.
I guess that's really all you can do because you're paralyzed and poisoned.
So I guess I'll do that.
All right.
Okay. That's a 15 plus. Where'd my dire wolf go? Come on. My only problem with this program is that it takes forever to scroll.
Well, it's okay. 15 is enough to save. So you
Okay.
are no longer paralyzed and no longer poisoned.
Woohoo!
So next turn you can
Awesome.
you can do something.
All right.
This,
Not the big thing.
no, this is a different thing.
Okay. Just
Um,
another
So many
terrifying, but smaller.
There
So
are
many things.
So I'm trying to. Okay, so Bryn and Wahl are both grappled by the giant shrimp.
Giant land shrimp.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then behind them,
You're prawn at this point.
Larissa is paralyzed. Fear is still fighting, and then behind them is Quincy. So I think this thing's gonna come for Fear.
It is going to have to cross a dead body.
Yes.
Not
Or
dead,
a
just
paralyzed
prone.
body. Yeah.
Bryn, you can take an opportunity attack against it if you would like, as it goes by you.
I will take that opportunity attack.
All right.
Get it.
Get it. She lashes out to try to bite it.
Get a taste for aberrations. They're delicious.
Oh yeah.
Oh. That's 11.
That actually hits. This thing is
Oh.
very hard to hit. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's not a very dexterous blob of teeth and eyes and
It
goo.
is not.
Not really? Okay. And that will be 13 damage.
13? Okay.
And the target must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you well actually it's immune to prone, but I would also say because you're being held in a claw, you can't really trip things right now.
That's fair.
But it's actually immune to that anyway. So you hit it as it goes by, coming for Fear. All of you need to make a wisdom save as you hear the sounds of all of its mouths screaming horrendously, and it messes with your head.
Oh boy.
Your difficulty is 10.
20.
Ooh, 16.
Natural
11.
24 is mine.
All right.
Battle an 11 there, Craig?
Yep.
24.
Hey,
All right. Sounds like everybody made it.
pass is a pass.
Yes.
All right. Everybody made it. Cool.
Look for the bare necessities.
There's our bar.
Make me turn into a bear. Start dancing.
All right. So it does that. It comes for Fear, and Fear, you notice that the ground around it like rise and seems to have the consistency of pudding. It's actually having an effect on the landscape.
Ew.
After it or just where it currently is?
Like around it, it kind of follows it around within like
Great.
within a 10-foot
But
radius.
Is that like a rice pudding or like a butterscotch pudding? 'Cause that's very different.
More butterscotch, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely more of a butterscotch pudding kind of thing. It's going to attack you with bites, of course.
Naturally.
All right, so it's going to try to bite you, Fear, with a 11 to hit you.
Misses, yay! Thanks, bracers of defense.
And then
Yes.
it's going to hawk a loogie on you,
Ew.
spitting its spittle at you.
Aw, is that really necessary?
So rude.
It hawks this glob of phlegm at you, Fear, and when it hits you, it explodes, and phlegm flies around. And so Fear, Larissa, and Wahl, all need to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 13.
We're grappled. Or I'm grappled.
Oh, does that mean you automatically fail?
I
Actually, I don't think
that.
that. I think that's restrained.
Yeah, grapple doesn't do that. But I am paralyzed.
Oh, so you
Therefore, I automatically fail strength and dexterity saves.
Oh man.
Thanks, Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Yeah, grapple doesn't have an effect. Okay.
So what was that?
I got a 10.
Dex save, DC 13. Wahl.
Oh man, old age. 16.
All right. Those of you who failed, in addition to all your other worries, are now blinded as the phlegm flies in your eyes. Until the end of its next turn.
Was that included in that?
No.
No.
Okay.
You're too far away. It's only a 5-foot radius. Yeah.
Only.
So
I'm not very awake.
I'm confused. Did I attack you ever, Fear?
Yes, you failed one.
I failed. Okay, that's right. Okay.
And then you hawked the loogie on me successfully.
Right. Okay. Now I'm not confused.
And then everybody threw up. And
I am now blind.
Yeah.
Since I'm blind as a result of a loogie, is this the kind of thing that could be like prestidigitated off my eyeballs? Question.
No, but it only lasts until its next turn. It's a temporary thing.
It's like the acid is eating through your corneas.
Oh.
Only for a little bit.
Okay, actually, I misread it. So when the glob of phlegm exploded, it made a blinding flash of light. And that's what blinded you, not phlegm in your eyes. But you have phlegm in your eyes too, just because that's cool. Yeah, fluorescent phlegm. Bioluminescent phlegm.
Bioluminescent.
Biofluminescent.
Welcome to the far realm. Don't you guys want to go through that rift and see what's on the other side? It'd be a great field trip.
Not really.
I think James Cameron is there.
Probably.
Michael Bay.
Quincy.
All right. Well, as a bonus action, I can move my spiritual weapon and attack with it, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I've brought out my shovel, and it's glowing with the same sort of divine light as the spiritual weapon that's there. And Quincy's like, clank, 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 and watches the spiritual weapon does the same, clank, 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 clank. So, not quite as good at this time. 15 to hit.
Is this the thing that's grabbed Wahl and Bryn again?
Wahl and Bryn again, yes.
Yeah. That just barely misses, actually.
All right. Well,
good effort.
Sort of looks at it and depth perception is hard from a distance. And then I'll reach out and cast Lesser Restoration upon my paralyzed friend.
Okay.
And just look. And like I sort of wave hand over top of you, pull out a globular of bad magic-y energy that looks like a rock, and then just throw it away.
Who are you casting this on?
Larissa, who's paralyzed.
Larissa, okay.
I figure paralyzed stuff looks like a rock. Rocks
Cast off the negative. Cast off the negative.
Cast off the negative. You touch a creature in any other one disease or condition affecting it.
Yeah.
Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Very good. All right, Larissa, you are no longer paralyzed.
Oh, bravo.
Anything else, Quincy?
Nope, that's enough.
All right, the second worm tentacle thing that went by is now going to attack Fear.
Cool.
Because it didn't like how you fireballed it.
So it has advantage because I'm blind.
You're blind.
Yeah.
It rolls a 15 to hit you.
Yeah. We didn't take any damage from the loogie. It just blinded us.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I haven't taken any damage yet.
Yeah, it doesn't do
I
any
would
damage.
take emotional damage.
Yeah, it does do emotional damage for sure. So that is 6 piercing damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw versus poison.
11.
That's actually what you needed. So you are not paralyzed. It's then going to try to bite you. Oh shit! It crit on you.
Oh god.
Nice.
Oh, Lord.
This is the one I rolled maximum on last time. So hopefully I
I
don't.
don't have my reaction
Maybe
anymore.
don't use that one.
So it had advantage, right? I literally on the dice I rolled a 20 and a 1.
Oh,
It's like the dice are weird tonight. Well, I didn't roll maximum on the damage at least. So that
Yay.
is 11 piercing damage. And that's
Are you still up?
the end of
Yep.
that.
I have pretty high hit points because I have a high constitution.
Yeah, you do. For a wizard, you have mad hit
Yeah.
points.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm almost a tank,
Yeah.
except for the armor class.
Wahl.
All right. I will. For my bonus action, I will cast Wrathful Smite.
Ooh, what's that do? That sounds fun.
Next melee attack hit adds 1d6 psychic damage, and the creature must save or be frightened.
Nice.
Let's see. And then I will attack this thing twice.
Cool.
13 plus, was it 7? Everything's on the different sides of the sheet.
I think you said it was
So
fun.
13 plus 7 is 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's 1d8 plus 4.
Plus your spell, right? Your smite.
Oh, that's right. Thank you very much.
Wrathful smite.
Chwa! Oh, 8 and 5 is 13. 17 points of damage, and he has to make a excuse me, a wisdom saving throw.
You know what? I'm going to start using a calculator. My brain's it's quicker anyway. This way I don't make mistakes. All right. And a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, please.
He rolls a 3.
Against a DC 14. So that is a no.
No joy for the horror.
That's
Horror.
So he is considered frightened?
Frightened. Okay.
Disadvantage on ability checks attacks while you are within line of sight.
Yep.
And it cannot willingly move closer to you.
And I am right up in his face.
Well, it has you
Literally.
grappled, so he can't really get any closer.
wait. You can scare a horror?
Yeah. It is not immune to fear, actually. Believe
Not
it or
It
not.
too has nightmares.
That's right. Even the nightmares have nightmares. Yeah.
I assume
Like,
it is
yell down at it.
mainly of its mother-in-law.
Now, you
Yeah.
said you were attacking twice, so you got another one, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not used to that yet.
We'll get used to it. Kill it.
So then I yell in its face, and then I hit, and then I hit again. 17 plus 7, 20. Help.
That hits.
Thank you. And still with the Wrathful Smite, because that is a concentration spell. So it's 1d8 and 1d6 plus 4.
Didn't you say it was the next hit, though? Or is it every hit?
That's a very good question, because it's considered a concentration spell.
So he'll be frightened for as long as you concentrate.
Oh, I see. So I don't get the extra damage.
Well, what did it say? I thought it said something about the next hit, but
Yeah, it does. It does. Next time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your attack deals an extra 1d6 psychic damage.
Right. But so the spell hasn't ended because he's still frightened for as long as you concentrate for a minute.
So
the
it's not
effect, the damage effect is
that's
already
a
done.
one-time thing, and then the
But
concentration
the
is just
fear-
well, and you
fear.
might also not hit right away, so you can concentrate to keep it up
Right.
until you can hit.
Right.
Also.
Right. Other of these kinds are like a one-time thing and they're done. But because of the
Gotcha.
fear effect, the fear effect stays for as long as you concentrate.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he
Yeah.
can use an action to try to break it, but
Mm,
it takes an action.
okay.
And he has to make
Well,
a
that's
save again.
That's not as good then. So that's 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 points of damage.
I mean, I think it's pretty good because he's frightened now.
Yeah, because at least he doesn't get like at the end of its turn. He actually
Well,
has
yes, but
action to.
yes,
Yeah.
but he's not dead. The point is he's dead. I want him to be dead.
Well, yeah, maybe the regular paladins might have been better if that's what you wanted, but
Right.
it does a little more damage, but that's all right. You're still figuring these things out.
He has
Right?
disadvantage now. That's
That's right. On like almost everything.
Right. Second.
All right. So that's Wahl's turn. Next is Larissa, who is no longer paralyzed.
Great.
You're welcome.
So can I? So how many creatures are now up here? 3.
All
4.
of them.
4. There are currently 4 that are in your immediate vicinity.
Okay. How many can I get within a 30-foot cube without harming my friends?
As far as these 4, I'd say you could only get 1 without hitting someone else. Because they're kind of all up in your guys' grills now.
All up in the grill.
Yeah.
So, because I want to use my hypnotic pattern,
Ooh.
which they will have disadvantage because it is a charmed effect unless they're not, unless they're immune to it. But
Well, I will tell you that the creature that has Bryn and Wahl grabbed looks really hurt. And the creature that had the fairy fire but doesn't anymore looks really hurt. The other two, not so much.
the other two, not so much.
Yeah, they don't look very injured. There's the thing with all the mouths and the other tentacled worm thing.
Yeah, because if I can get at least 2 of them, we can wake our party up, but they are incapacitated and out of the fray. Larissa says, I can get them, but some of you might have to make
Might
a
have to
save.
die.
I can wake you up. It won't hurt you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
No way this can go wrong.
No, not at all.
Oh boy.
I just whine a little bit.
You're no longer paralyzed. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I won't do it unless I have your consent. But otherwise,
Well, it's kind of hard to get anybody's consent
Yeah.
right now.
I'm a dire wolf. I can't.
Yeah.
Really.
You're just going to have to make an executive decision, Larissa.
oh Lord,
This is on you.
How
6 seconds.
Implied
how's our party
consent.
doing? How are we looking?
I'm fine. I'm completely
Poison
fine.
/ paralyzed / wounded.
I'll live. Either way, I'll live.
I don't even see you, so I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So I will at least
Oh, and blind.
cast it where at least cast it where I'm at with the one that I have, and then the closest one to him.
The worm thing.
Yeah, whatever I'm in, so that it I'll have to be susceptible to my own spell, but whatever.
Oh, that's not okay.
Okay. Well, if you do that, I'd say
Wake me up.
I'd say you could hit both of the worm tentacle things if you include yourself.
Yes, but no one else in my party. I will self-sacrifice.
Well, technically, fear is there, but she's blind, so I think she's immune to this spell right now.
There you go. Silver
Like,
Hallelujah. So I grab the lyre. So they have this disadvantage
Okay.
on it because it's a charm effect and it's hypnotic pattern.
What kind of
DC
save
15. It's a wisdom saving
is it?
throw.
Wisdom save.
Oh,
With
Lord.
disadvantage. Oh, you're lucky. I just rolled a 20. But that with disadvantage, that is a 5. And the other one is a 3. Wow, that disadvantage is rough. Man. So what happens to them?
They are incapacitated. They cannot take actions or reactions, and someone must have used their action to wake them up, unless I stop concentrating.
Cool.
I will roll for myself. Okay, 15 plus 7. I pass.
And
Oh,
this
good.
was
I was going to say
hypnotic.
there's a flaw in that. If you pass out, you lose your concentration.
Well, I'm not unconscious. I'm incapacitated.
Yeah.
So I'm just like looking up in the air at my own,
Dazzled.
hypnotic pattern. Yeah, but dazzled up by my own stuff. So their speed is 0, and it ends if they take damage. So don't hit these guys. Concentrate on the others. I got you.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, and
Very
I will.
good.
I will do a what is it that bards do? Bonus action to inspire
Okay.
Wahl.
I still have your inspiration, so if you want to cast it on somebody else.
Our wolf.
Okay. Bryn, you are inspired.
Yay. That's a D4?
D8.
D8.
Ooh, I'm glad I haven't
Level
rolled. I was
5,
using a
baby.
6. Nice.
All right. Now the monster that has Wahl and Bryn finally gets to go again. It feels like forever.
And it has disadvantage
It has disadvantage.
for being a scaredy cat. The
Oh,
scaredy
that's right.
shrimp.
It's afraid.
Oh yeah.
It's a scaredy shrimp.
That's
It is
adorable.
afraid. Yeah, I don't think it has the intelligence to spend its action to try not to be afraid. So it's just going to attack with disadvantage.
Fear me. Not
It's
too
like
fear.
trying to run away from you while still holding you.
So Bryn, it tries to bash you against a tree.
Oh, lovely.
It rolls a 9 to hit.
Bryn, you have +1 AC still.
It wouldn't hit anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
But
And it does the same to
Thanks.
Wahl.
Ah,
That is a 14 to hit.
no, you missed the 3.
And Wahl, he's going to shove his tentacles down your throat now.
Get out of my face.
So make a Constitution save, DC 13,
Ooh, I'm glad I have a
versus poison, if that matters.
versus
And
poison.
don't forget
No.
you have inspiration.
Oh, that's right. Let's put that off to the side just in case. I have a +3 con also. Thank God. That's an 8 plus 3 is 11. And I'm going to use that inspiration to get 5. So that's 16.
All right.
Good.
So you're good. And also now Bryn is good because her poison and paralysis only lasted till the end of its next turn, which is now. So Bryn
Bravo.
is...
did I ever take damage for the poison? I don't know.
No.
If we...
No, it just paralyzed you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't do any damage. All right. Now the snake. Oh, the snake thing is incapacitated. And they don't get another save, right? Right, Manny? They're just incapacitated until you lose the spell.
That's correct. They
All right.
don't take any actions or whatever. They're just looking up at the lights, beautiful lights.
Miguel is going to try to save versus the poison. He rolls a 1. He's still
Was
poisoned.
was he in that? I it seems like everyone's been trying to incapacitate him. Was he in the way of this?
I'm going to say no because he was prone on the ground. So it was a little too high up for him. And probably his face is in the dirt, I imagine. So he can't really see anything right now anyway.
Perfect.
Fear.
I am blind. So I am going to reach around my back for my alchemy jug.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull it in front of myself and I'm going to whisper, Hefeweizen.
Oh.
and I'm going to take a greater potion of healing.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
3, 3, 3, and 1 plus 4 is 14.
Nice. Bryn.
And that is all.
Bryn, you are free from the poison and the paralysis, but you're still grappled by this thing.
Bite. Death.
Yeah, that actually was what I was thinking about doing. I am going to eat it so it dies. That's a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay. 1 plus 7 plus that's 10 damage. Can I add inspiration die to damage?
No.
Okay. Well,
Saves and ability checks.
all right.
And attack.
Then do I kill it?
No, it's not.
Ugh.
Do you have another attack or just one?
Just the one, but
Okay.
I have advantage. Is Wahl within 5 feet of me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm gonna try for a crit then.
Okay. Okay.
It was not a crit.
Okay.
Just checking.
Okay.
All right.
That's not shrill.
Okay.
All right. Okay. The dragon is still fighting above you, taking some wounds at this point. But it breathes fire on this thing,
Oh no.
which is pretty much the end of the tentacle thing.
Oh,
it
no.
falls a little ways away from you guys, hits the ground.
Did we accidentally? Was I supposed to level up to 20? Like,
Yeah, I think I missed a level.
Yeah. Or 20. Yeah.
All right, now the thing with all the eyes gets to go. I think this was
I was
harassing.
like, we should have been out of here by now. Like, God.
at what point did the blind people get to not be blind? At the end of that turn? Is
yeah,
that
at the end
right?
of its turn. Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Yes. So at the end of this turn, people who are blinded by this thing, by the spittle, will no longer be blind. Oh, I forgot that, but it doesn't matter. All right. All right. It's going to attack Fear again.
Cool.
Tries to bite you.
And I'm still blind, so
Oh, it has advantage.
Yeah.
If
I rolled the same thing on both the dice. That's hilarious.
and it's a 1.
No, it's a 16, so 18 to hit.
Yep.
And that's a crit, right?
What?
Is that a
No,
crit?
it's just
Oh, no,
paralyzed.
that's incapacitated.
No, it's just advantage. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Oh, that's a lot of damage. I haven't hit you with that yet. I'm like, is that right? That can't
Don't
be
sound
right.
too delighted, Lex. Jeez.
Yeah, right?
Whose side are you on?
The
Hey, I'm good,
monsters. Oh, that was a crappy roll, though. So that is. Why do I keep flipping the page? 11 piercing damage, and make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's my best one. Well, then I'm doing my best here. Oh, it's 28.
This is kind of hilarious with all these conditions and
I know. This is like chaos. Strength save. Okay.
yeah.
Plus 0. 17, baby.
All right,
Nice.
you are not knocked
Nice.
prone. Even blind, you somehow keep your feet.
It's adrenaline, you know.
But now you're no longer blind because its turn's over, and it's Quincy's go.
All right. Well, Quincy's going to take up the mighty Lucy the shovel and smack the nasty thing.
All right,
Ooh, 23 to hit.
that is definitely a hit. Holy crap, you're good
Okay.
with that divine shovel of yours.
Divine shovel does 8 points of damage.
You
It's divine
slay
shovel.
it.
Ah!
Both Wahl and Bryn finally fall from its grasp as Quincy's mighty shovel brings it down.
Clank, 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 clank.
And you still have an action, sir.
It's not a bad bonus action. And then I guess I'm going to. Yeah, I will attempt to. Which one is near me that is not incapacitated?
The thing with all the eyes and the mouths that's harassing Fear.
I will bring out my bow and, despite the high wind, attempt to hit it.
Okay.
Oh, I actually might have. 15, 22?
Yes, that's definitely a hit.
Cool. In that case, I shall smack it.
With your radiant arrow.
Radiant arrow of smacking.
Yes.
For 14 points of damage.
All right.
So, Lex, is there just the one thing?
Well, there are
One
three
thing
things, but two of them are incapacitated right now because of the hypnotic pattern.
Okay.
They look very confused.
That's me.
All right. Next is the incapacitated dude that can't do anything. Wahl.
I'm going to take a guess and say this probably doesn't understand common.
Would you like to reason with it?
Diplomacy check.
Have you heard the good news?
Mouths, maybe it can talk.
One of them probably speaks common.
All right. I will just turn around and attack the big mouthy one.
All right.
Yeah, 2 attacks. Dropping my concentration one since that one's dead. So 19 plus 7 is 26.
That is a hit.
So then that would be 1d8 plus 4, and just for shits and the giggles, I'll spend one more spell slot. It will be 3d8 plus 4 damage.
Don't forget about the dragon.
I don't think any of my spells are going to help against the dragon.
No.
All of my spells will be in running away.
Run away.
In getting us free to run.
Yeah.
Well, we can summon a house. Totally solving the problem.
Hope so. All right, yeah, I'm gonna spend that spell slot. So we have 9, 11, 12 points of damage. Oh, plus 4, 12, 16 points of damage.
All right, you kill it.
Bravo.
You bury your axe deep in its gross body, and it dies.
And I yell, "Now's the time for a house if we have one."
Okay, Larissa.
Okay. Am I grappled by anything right now?
No, the only things in your immediate vicinity are the 2 worm creatures that you currently have incapacitated with your hypnotic pattern.
Bravo. Well, I'm going to move 30 feet away from them.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Maybe to like a large tree where I can, that's not singed much.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
I will also cast a healing word on myself
All right.
at second level. And just say, you're still pretty, you're still pretty, you're still pretty, you're still pretty.
I feel pretty. I feel.
Yes, exactly.
That's great.
And as my action, how about I just go, like, I just sit down and cast a minor illusion of a bush right where I'm at.
Okay. Nice.
So,
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that because you did healing word. Unfortunately,
healing word is
Or-
bonus action, and then
Is that a
minor
cantrip?
illusion is a cantrip.
Oh, okay. Then you're good.
Yep.
So you're hiding behind this illusory bush.
Does the bush say Acme on it?
Yep. Yep.
That's awesome.
All right.
All
so
right.
I do gain 10 hit points, which is good.
Miguel is going to.
You just hear Larissa giving herself confirmations behind an illusory bush.
It's just a 2-dimensional bush like Minecraft. Everywhere you move, it moves with it.
All right.
Only works. It really gets confused if there's two people looking at it.
That's right.
Miguel stands up. He seems to no longer be paralyzed.
Oh, gosh.
Gosh darn it.
He won't get far.
Yeah, and he's going to use his action to withdraw or disengage. But yeah, he can only move 15 feet because he had to stand up. So yeah, he doesn't get very far. And then it's Fear's turn.
I am going to cast Rope Trick.
Okay.
I'm doing what I did last time and casting it like just high enough for everyone to get in, so it's like 6 feet off the ground. Bryn will have to duck if she wants to get in, if she's
okay
in
with me.
her normal form. I glance over at Wahl. I can't get Miguel in here. You'll have to do that part. And I
Look!
climb the rope.
All right. Make a athletics check for me. See,
Always fun.
it comes right back to physical education. We came right back full
Yep.
circle.
Yep.
Athletics is
Damn
plus
rope.
0, so 7.
All right. Yeah, you climb your way up a bit awkwardly. For a moment,
It is only 3 inches taller than me.
yeah. It was only a DC 5, but since
You
it's a
still
tense
need,
situation,
that upper
Yeah.
upper body strength.
yeah, you get up there.
I also tried to do it stealthily, which is important.
Okay. Roll stealth.
I rolled a 12 on my stealth check.
Okay. Well, luckily the closest things to you are incapacitated right now, so
Yeah,
they
I'm trying
probably don't notice
to
you.
avoid the dragon seeing this shit.
Oh,
But I guess,
yeah. Bryn.
So all the remaining enemies are just if we're gonna go I just book it over to the rope.
Okay. You are a wolf currently.
I'm gonna okay.
You might be able
book it
to
over
jump
to the
it.
wolf. Bonus action, drop wolf form, and then
Okay.
action up into the thing.
All right, make an athletics check.
We can still attack these guys,
But like why would
Why?
I don't know. Maybe they'll become
there's a fucking dragon over there. I'm done.
maybe they'll become a problem in about
an hour?
eight
hour.
rounds.
Give or take.
Yep.
I don't think I can kill one and just
Well, go ahead and make your athletics check. You guys can't really
aren't people
converse about
Yeah.
this right now.
already trying to get in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you saw Fear climb up.
Yeah, I went in.
Yeah. That's
Wahl told me to, so I did it.
Hide.
yeah. There's no way.
I
we
may
can
have been
do
looking for an
this.
excuse. I don't know.
17 plus
Oh, yeah.
4,
No problem.
21.
Nice.
All right. Speaking of the dragon, the dragon breathed fire, killed this thing it was fighting, which falls to the ground. The earth kind of shakes when it hits a little bit, and the dragon circles, wobbling a bit as it has taken some pretty serious wounds.
Yep.
And the dragon rolls to see if it can breathe again. And it you guys all feel the dragon fear come over you again as it passes over, and it says, "I will return. This is not over." And it flies off towards the east direction you guys are headed, towards the
I
mountains.
don't hear that. I'm smoking a hookah.
Right.
Yep.
Everybody except
I am shaking and taking a hit too.
Yeah. Everybody
Right.
except Bryn and Fear hear it, but well, no, actually, you guys would hear it because its voice is quite loud, so you would hear it coming through the bottom of
as
the.
soon as
the
I
rope
hear
trick.
that, I take a long roll.
You're like, do you think she knows we're in here? All right. That guy's dead. Quincy.
All right. Quincy's going to run over to grab the other rope, this one attached to a serial killer. And just like run over, wrap the rope around my hand, and just sort of give it a good yank. And pull the guy off of his feet.
Or I should say,
Yeah. That. Is that an athletics check?
no.
So he's
Just to
He's
grab the
been-
rope.
I just grab it and sort of yank and try to get him to basically fall over and land on his ass.
Sure, make an athletics check.
Ooh, a natural 20.
Yeah, you tug him
Nice.
over on his
But
ass.
don't matter.
Wrong, old man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I just walk over to he falls back. I walk over, put a foot on top of him, look down and say, "Stay."
Okay. He looks intimidated.
Yeah, that's it. I'm quite happy with that as an action.
Wahl.
Okay. Wahl runs up behind Quincy, who just yelled "stay." He runs up behind him and says, "Time to go."
You guys are really sending me mixed messages here.
Miguel's just like, this is the weirdest fucking day.
It's more like
yeah. Maybe he liked it better in the stockade. I don't know.
The stockade.
He's totally missing fucking at this point. He's like, these people are nuts, and I flayed people.
right.
Um,
I literally skinned people, and these people are crazy to me.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
so I help
Here
him
we
up. I pull him up to his feet. And,
go. All my work to get him down there.
I know. Sorry. Let's move him up to the rope.
Okay. I guess he is a use. All right. So we go head over to the rope. Are we out of combat at this point?
Well, for the moment, but you still have the dazed creatures nearby, and there's still other things coming out of the rift. They're just not like right on top of you.
Right. So if we can get everybody up into the magic thingy that Fear made, then we can hide out until everything passes, and then
Good idea.
I tried to explain as we push him forward.
Right. All right. So I'll sort of, you can shove him and.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'll start lifting him up.
All right. I'll climb into the thing and just sort of heave him up.
All right. So Wahl and Quincy and Larissa, you're still outside too, right?
Yes.
What are your intentions, Manny?
Well, seeing that as my friends are up in the rope, I would like to go over Try.
I want to stay out there where all the nice demon-y things are.
You know, my athletics check is a 16.
All right, no problem. Quincy
just,
and Wahl, you guys can roll athletics too, and whoever's hauling up, what's his name, Miguel, can have disadvantage for that.
I will.
Cool. Yeah,
So
I
that-
rolled 2.
We only need a 5. Do you have a bonus?
I do. I got to 5 with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a 12 plus 4 is 16.
Cool. All right. So, yeah, I
Wait,
guess.
is that athletics?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I
athletics.
only got to 3.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. So 19 for me. I'm sorry,
Okay.
athletics.
So Wahl hauls Miguel up there, no problem. But Quincy's like, "Ugh, can you pull me up?
I'll reach down and grab him, pull him back.
Very embarrassing.
Nope, it's all good.
Took that battle really. Woof. That was
You
a
have
tough
the
one.
magic. You have the magic shovel. It is all
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right. So you guys are in the genie bottle with the hookah. You hear still sounds of chaos and horrendous things happening outside, but for the moment you seem to be safe.
So we only have this thing for an hour. My recommendation is we use it we only have this for an hour. My recommendation is we use it to heal. I have some spells I can use to do something about the rift, but I have to take 10 minutes, 11 minutes to do it. So, and I have to be, seeing the rift.
Oh,
That's tougher.
Yeah, well, I could start the spell here, pop out later, but I do need to be within sight of the rift to detect how long it will be open. And maybe, there's a slight chance in the next hour it will disappear. That'd be great, but not necessarily going to happen.
Well, we could stealth you really well. Hopefully.
Okay. And healing. I'll do some healing.
Can I make a like a sapling, because this is like 5 feet tall, that I can make, or a small trump or something that'll reach to the lid of this thing, so that the rope is hidden within the illusion?
We actually can pull the rope up once everyone's in. So it is 100% not visible.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We're in another dimension and there is no rope. For 1 hour. That's all we get, though.
Although you if something had a really good standing high jump, it could maybe, and it knew exactly where to go, it could maybe jump in, since you made it kind of low to the ground. But these things don't seem, at least what you've seen so far, they don't seem super smart.
Yeah, you'd have to see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Who needs a healing?
I only need a little.
All right.
Yeah, I could roll a hit dice. That's all.
Yeah, if we're going to be here an hour, I could roll a hit dice. Or you guys can roll hit dice because you don't need to cast this spell. And I just need heals then. And I can take a potion if I need to, too.
I would enjoy a short rest.
So
No, I wouldn't.
Danielle,
Either
are you
way.
wanting to cast the destabilize spell?
I want to do the detect one first. So I kind
Okay.
of, my plan is to cast detect rift now, pop out, check what kind of rift it is and all that hoo-ha,
Okay.
and then go and do it again with the third level
Gotcha.
spell. So it's I can't rest basically because I'll be casting the spell. Or do you need me to be out of the box to do it?
No, because it's a concentration up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could cast it in here and then look out. And it has a 60-foot. Or no, that one's just line of sight. But the
The third level spell is instantaneous, so I will have to cast the next spell next to it, assuming that it's something I can, make whatever information we get from the first spell, basically.
Yeah, but it has a 60-foot range, and you guys are like 40 feet from the rift, so you can just pop out and cast that.
Oops.
But it is.
Well, I can do that now, or we can do it next week because we're at 8:00.
Yeah, it is a minute casting time. So if you do as a ritual, it's a while to stand there.
11.
By the.
Yep.
So are we short resting here?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, everyone but me.
I will do my song of rest if anyone needs, or if anyone is using hit die. You will gain some additional hit points.
Ooh. That's fine. I have actually never got attacked that entire fight.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, you were in the farthest away. They never got to you.
No, it worked out okay.
6. That's the maximum I can give.
Nice.
So if you're using any hit die, you can roll. You would get an additional 6.
When do hit dice regenerate again?
Long rest, you get half as many as you have.
Yeah, you get half your level worth with a long rest. So you get 2
I'll use
back.
one. That's all I really need.
Yep.
Ooh.
I'm at 28 out of 42.
Wow, you have a lot of hit points.
Yep. I'm a wizard tank. So I need a little bit of healing before I go expose myself to the elements.
Okay, I'll cast Cure Wounds on you. And we'll see how well that goes.
Oh, shoot. I'm out of first level spells. I can't.
Wow.
Dope.
You still have that lay on hands.
So you get 12 hit points back.
Thank you. All right, I'm at 40. I think that's good. It's more than any wizard can hope for.
All right.
So I will start casting my spell in the cube for the Detect Rift.
Okay. And you're doing that as a ritual?
Yeah. So 10 minutes in the cube, and then I'll pop out and see. Or do I need to cast it outside?
No. Yeah, because it's got a duration of 10 minutes. So.
Okay.
So you can see, or actually, you need to make a Arcana roll.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, I'm going to do one more.
I will cast guidance on her.
All right. What is that?
One willing creature adds 1d4 to an ability check of its choice. After rolling.
After rolling? Okay, I don't need it.
Okay.
I have 22 and I needed 15. With a 20, I know if it's stable or unstable and about how long it will remain open. So I do know that.
Okay. So it is it is what you would call a class 4 rift.
Nice.
And it will stay open for a matter of days. You're not sure exactly how long, but less than a week, but more than a day.
So if my understanding is that if I use my destabilize rift spell, then I can take that from days to hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will do that.
And if you use it again, then it would go from hours to minutes.
Okay.
But that would take 2 days to do. So
yeah.
I guess that would be pointless, wouldn't it? Because it would close before
and
you could do it.
It will take my last 3rd level spell slot anyway, so I can't. There's no point walking down that path of hypotheticals. So I need 10 minutes outside of. Do I have to? I cast this one outside, right? Because I need to be. It's instantaneous when it takes effect.
Let me see. Was
Sorry,
I exact enough with this to answer that question? Let's see. It's a range of 60 feet, instantaneous. I mean, I think you could actually hang out the hole basically and do it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
As long as,
one of us can hold your feet.
So I'll
because it actually doesn't. It doesn't specify that you have to see it. You just have to be within 60 feet. But since you're in another plane, I'd say you're not.
I'm okay with popping out of the box.
But yeah, if you stick your head and a hand out the hole and do it that way, you could do that.
Yeah, I'm okay. I would rather see what's coming at me and
Yeah.
maybe be able to signal that someone needs to come help me. And
I will come also.
you won't be able to take your short rest if you're coming with me.
Shit.
Yeah, it's
I'll
an
go
either
with you.
or. Okay.
I don't need to do the short rest anyway.
Well, it does take like 11 minutes to cast a spell.
Yeah, but it takes an hour to get the short rest, and the spell is going to disappear in an hour. Let me make sure it's not concentration. Hold on. Oh my god, being a wizard is a lot of work.
Well, no, I'm talking about
It is-
the destabilize spell.
Yeah, but I was just making sure the rope trick spell wasn't concentration. It's not.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right, because
okay.
you only have an hour before that goes away.
Yes, exactly.
right.
So their short rest is like
Gotcha.
happening in the
So
cube.
that's why you're doing this now. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's all very tactical. Okay, so I'm popping out and I'm going to start casting the 3rd level.
All right.
Analyze Rift.
I use percentile to see if you can do this without something noticing your head and arm sticking out of nothing.
How tall did you make the thing?
It's like 6
It's
feet.
6 feet.
Yeah.
Wait, hold
so
on.
actually, nothing seems to notice you, and you're able to get the spell off without anything attacking you. Though there are still things coming out, not as much as before. Like it's kind of trickled off, but there are still occasionally some monstrosity comes out.
And then the text of Destabilize Rift says make a spell check with the DC. Is that Arcana? Or like a spell attack?
That would be... Yeah, that would be... That would be like basically just an intelligence roll for you.
Okay. All right, and I have guidance, so I will use that, although I did succeed. I just want to be extra careful. So I got a 15, and I needed a 14.
Cool. Yeah, so you using this Axis shard that you have, you cast a spell and you see actually magical energy come out of this crystal and kind of like it's like this bluish energy, and it goes around the perimeter of the rift, and you see the edges start kind of like wavering, and it seems the actual size of the rift like shrinks a little bit, and it's slowly shrinking now. You can actually see it.
I'm having a
slowly
day where I'm
shrinking.
like really proud of myself.
Yeah.
It's like pretty great.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
pretty
great.
awesome. Especially since you just learned this spell like yesterday.
Yeah. Fireball too. It's pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good day.
Yeah.
I mean, nearly dying, notwithstanding.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, we'll call it there, and we'll pick up next week with you guys leaving the rope trick and dealing with what comes next.
Boy.
Cool.
Wow.
Thank you, Lex.
Yeah.
That was pretty epic.
Thanks.
I'm glad you can make it, Manny. I've been
Yes.
sad if you would have missed
Yeah,
it.
good timing on that.
We're glad.
Perfect timing.
We're all going to die. Oh boy.
We had a giant dragon, a giant tentacle monster thing, and we spent most of our time being screwed over by a shrimp.
I know.
Yes.
Oh, if you guys look in our folder, there's in the images, there's one for the Misty Wood, and I put the images in there that I couldn't show the folks at home of what these things look like.
Maybe in the editing, you
Yeah,
can.
well, I thought
And
about
this
it.
thing.
Yeah, it's probably better that I didn't, because I'm sure they're all copyrighted anyway. So it's probably. If people on YouTube really want to know what these things were, you can ask me and I can tell you. But yeah, I don't like telling people what things are, because then they know too much.
No, I think that's cool. I prefer it that way. Especially
Yeah,
since so
same.
many of us GM, it's like, yeah, I know that's
Yeah.
a fucking grell, but I'm gonna pretend I don't, and
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
fight like an idiot.
Which, good guess. That's what the worm things were grells. Good guess. And the mouth thing is like one of my favorite. I swear I use that thing in every campaign I run.
Give her a mouth there.
Yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah.
And I've learned
Ugly
it's
as hell.
gibbering. I used to call it gibbering mouther, and people yelled at me. So I learned my errors. I still like gibbering better. I just think it sounds better. But
I don't understand. You're speaking gibberish.
what is this gibberish?
Dad jokes.
For the win.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what they're like, are you aware of the word gibberish? And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. That makes sense.
It's okay. I have
So-
had those so many times in my life.
Well, so many of these things are made up. I just assume it's a made up word. I don't even think
Right.
about, is this a real word?
Like Matt Mercer and Sigil.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
He's not, I've heard a lot of people
People
say
give him
that.
so much shit for that.
And ruin instead of rune. I hear that a lot too.
Yeah.
Those
Oh.
droves. Yeah, and it's confusing because like if you're talking about dwarven ruins, I'm thinking like old buildings, and you're talking about like glyphs, and it's very confusing.
Right.
Yeah, it's very different. But they
That one confuses me.
contextually, you can't get that information out of the context.
Yeah, yeah, it can be rough. Well, that was fun, guys. Nobody died. That
Thanks,
was
Lex.
awesome.
That was good. I was worried.
Welcome to tier
Really?
2. Had to raise the bar for tier 2.
Really
you know?
worried.
So this is what's
What
a
is tier 2? I don't.
Tier 2 is the fear of dragons.
yeah.
Yeah. It's putting the fear of dragons in you.
Well, I
Yeah.
figured I'd talk so much about riffs. It's about time I used one. So
It was
I wish I had considered that as a possibility. I'm glad my player didn't think about it, but I did not have those spells ready. Or anything that was helpful, really. It was a real shit show for me.
you guys did all right.
you launched a massive fireball. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that hypnotic pattern really made things
That was so cool.
easier. Yeah.
That was
That really worked.
Phew.
very helpful.
I'm like, I don't want to take our party out, but we are getting
But I can.
That was a bard bomb right there. That was
Yeah.
cool.
I'm like, we are getting pummeled. So
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, bad.
Hey, and we kept Miguel for at least one encounter, so that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
he's
thought he
still
was going to
mostly
die
alive.
for a while there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, we had quite the combat there. I always talk about how I never can predict how much we're going to get through in a session, and I feel like this is the first time I was actually pretty close, because when I was planning this encounter, I was thinking, I think one encounter will be enough for tonight, and it turned out to be. And in fact, we barely got through it. We were almost out of time there at the end. So hope you enjoyed this, and I am releasing audio versions of this actual play as part of my podcast, Game Master's Journey. So if you want to check these out while you're on the road or something, you can't watch a video. You can check out the audio version at starwalkerstudios.com/Game Master's Journey. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.